Midnight music. 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 Midnight music.
And we're live.
What a time to be
What a
alive.
time to be alive.
What a
Yeah.
time to be alive.
What a time, dude.
Fake
2024.
engagement Rizika over here.
Whoa, language.
Uh,
Who would have thought, right?
you're right. Hey, Frets. Of course, Frets is on time.
Why wouldn't Frets be here right now?
I expected him earlier.
That's true.
True. Frets, we love you.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year, Mr. Frets. Guys, welcome to the pre-show.
Happy New Year. Holy.
Everybody new and old here. As you guys know, as you can see by our new logo, which will be blasted everywhere on this live event, we are a finalist for the Sports Podcast Awards for Best Wrestling Podcast. If you want to, and we would very much so appreciate your vote for us. So if you want to vote, please click the first link in the description below because it'll really help us out. We're up against some heavy hitters, but also thank you again, as you guys know, for us getting selected. It's a pretty big accomplishment.
Yeah, I just want to beat Conan. I don't want to win. I just want to get in front of Conan.
I've hung out with Conan. Conan's a dope dude. He's real chill.
Yeah, I bet Conan's really. I would have bet assumed Conan's really cool in person.
He's real chill.
And Disco Inferno is also his co-host. So if we can beat Disco, that'd be
That'd
pretty
be
dope.
great.
Oh hell yeah, that would
That
be
would
awesome.
be great. So,
Keeping it 100.
mhm. Yeah. By the way, I
So I do.
was it. Well, I redid an
Hmm?
intro today, which I'm probably going to use for all of our shows now. Not for
Yeah.
I mean for the audio version. I was like, oh yeah, welcome to King's Rings Podcast, the 2024 finalist for Best Wrestling Podcast at the Sports Podcast Awards.
Flex on them.
Yep, I'm gonna do it all the time. You had the day off to smoke ribs. Of course, I'm on time. Fretz and this freaking smoker.
Yo, I've been saying, yo, Fretz,
Yo,
on
God bless
everything,
Fretz
send
and
me
Smoker.
food. I'm not playing. Send me food.
Fretz, if I win the lotto or something, I'm just gonna visit you like every week and be like, "Yo, Fretz, what are you putting on the smoker this week?"
Dude, one of these days,
Absolutely.
one of these years, I'm gonna fly Mr. Fretz out to WrestleMania on one caveat: he has to bring a smoker for the tailgate. That's the one. That's the one exception.
That's the only way.
We can host
It's the only way.
well, Fretz, you'll be cooking the entire tailgate.
Yeah.
The entire tailgate will be so much fun, dude.
The pretzels will be spread out lovingly.
Oh,
We're gonna
so
indulge.
Will also, by the way, we might be getting a third person joining us in Philly.
Oh, for Mania or for the Airbnb?
Both.
Oh, word? Are they gonna sit with us in the suite?
Probably not because it's Charles.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hang on, a long weekend with Charles is exactly what the doctor ordered. Like, that's gonna be so much fun, dude.
Y'all gonna go wild. I could feel it.
Especially if The Rock's gonna be there, he's not gonna miss that.
Nah.
If I should hit my friend Furtus because he's a huge Rock mark and he's always wanted to see The Rock wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Furtus, come to Philly. Bring
Do
your
it.
wife. I don't care.
Bring the misses.
Yeah, Charles
We'll
is.
make it a fun. We'll make it an outing.
He was at the New York Mania. He hung with us before the
Oh,
show.
did he? I don't know, but New York Mania is a blur. There's a lot going on that day.
He's the tall Indian dude, Furtus.
Vaguely remember him.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bro, it's all about The Rock. Everyone knows The Rock. He has a very distinct voice. If you can't, once you meet Furtus, you never forget
Gotcha.
Furtus.
Was he one of your frat
Except-
brothers?
Unless you just forget. Yeah. He was older. He was Dave's pledge class.
Say no more. I understand.
Oh shit.
I understand.
He understood the assignment immediately. I respect that.
Wait, Fretch, you saw The Rock right after the Montreal screw job? Wow.
Wow.
What?
First house.
Yeah, Fretz, how was that house show? It looked like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. They look pretty sweet.
Did you see the video of Fretch, was that the house show where Sami Zayn gave a fan a kendo stick?
What?
Oh, please let it be that one.
Can he do that?
So here's what happened. I saw the
Yeah.
video. I forgot what match he was in. So he was beating somebody with a kendo stick and like it slipped out of his hand or something, or whoever he was facing threw it into the crowd. And so somebody in one of the front rows by the ramp caught it. It was Fretz's. Caught it, and then security came over and took it from him. Sami Zayn got it from security and handed it back to the fan.
I know it's a gimmick kendo stick, but it's still technically a weapon. I don't think you can just leave with that.
It's a weapon. It's a huge weapon.
Hell yeah.
I would have used
1 in a million shot.
I would have used it in, like if Will was there, I would have used it immediately on you. And Will would be like, hit me.
I would have let you.
And then we would have got kicked
I
out.
was like, wait, give it back, give it back.
I would definitely love to watch that in person for that.
Oh, it's Sammy versus Finn and Last Man Standing. And they did get a cage. You got a great house show.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I think it was Cody versus Damian in a cage too, if I remember correctly. I was speaking with Fretz about it on IG.
Yeah, MSG had Cody versus Shinsuke in a cowbell match. Yeah, it was a cowbell. MSG.
Why does that sound like it's a banger?
MSG had a crazy crowd.
Oh, of course.
Did you go, Ricky? I know K was there.
No, I did not go.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I sat that one out.
Dude, I was in 6 hours of traffic. There's no way I was there.
They sold out MSG. It was like the highest house. There's a highest rated live event or highest grossing live event ever.
Of course it was, dude. WWE is so hot right now. It's insane.
Do you know how
Beautiful
crazy
thing,
this
man.
live event was? The MSG gave CM Punk a plaque for selling out the Garden for a house show.
They gave it a Punk. That's funny.
Yeah.
Or was he the main event?
Right?
No, he was.
Yeah,
no, he
was.
wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, because
Oh, I thought he was.
K said.
So why did he get the plaque?
He got a plaque for not main
Yeah,
eventing.
no,
That's hilarious.
well, I mean, the that show was built on him coming back.
I guess.
You know, Case, because Case said they left after the Punk match. They had to get back to the dog.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
There. It's Boris, man.
That dog is so adorable.
CM Pup.
It is.
Some tells me they're not coming to WrestleMania because of the CM Pup.
Yeah, probably not.
They can't leave a pup for like 5 days. Like that.
No, unless
Absolutely not.
hold on.
They gotta have someone watch it.
So, I don't technically have my license yet, but if Kay finds a therapist, they can register that dog as a therapy dog, and then Kay can bring it everywhere.
That is true. And that's something Kay would do.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done it yet.
True.
Yeah.
Because any dog can be a therapy dog.
Correct.
Right, technically?
Yes. You just have to.
Like the dog doesn't need to be trained to go through certification or anything.
No, those are different. Those are different specialties. But yeah, no, you can. All you really need is like a letter from a licensed therapist.
That's funny.
For the most part.
I forget what type of dog. I think it's an eye seeing dog.
Seeing eye
but
dog.
Every seeing eye, eye seeing eye. Every seeing eye dog in the country is trained and comes from New Jersey.
Not all of them, because I had.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I had one of my. I think it's like the secretary of my high school. She used to train dogs for like seeing eye dogs. And
it might not be a seeing eye, but it's a certain type of dog or service dog where the training they all come from New Jersey.
Okay, yeah, it might be a different type of service dog. I am not sure.
I forget.
I know nothing about that.
I forget, but I got it from the dude. A new. You guys won't care because you're not in New Jersey, but it's the Garden State podcast. It's just a bunch of Jersey bros doing a Jersey news podcast. No, they're not like Jersey. They're not Jersey Shore bros. They're just regular Jersey. They're regular dudes who love New Jersey.
Regardless,
they do a news podcast.
Just because I'm from the Jersey Shore does not mean I respect Jersey bros. It's Jersey bros all day, regardless. That's how that works. No matter where you're from in Jersey, you're a bro. That's just you're born that.
Dude, it's a great podcast. I love it.
Funny.
That's a
I'm gonna check that
phenomenal
out.
podcast.
Garden
State. They're clips on Instagram and TikTok. Really, that's how I found
Mr.
them.
Wild.
Oh, say
Mr.
less
Wild
then.
P. My apologies for Penn State blowing another bowl game.
I expect nothing fucking less. And I'm just gonna put this out there. James Franklin, you're fucking on thin ice with your boy. I'm feeling some type of way like that. Like, I'm cool with you coming in the first few years, Keegan Michael Key, all that cool shit. Beat Ohio State and Michigan, or your ass is gone.
He does look like Keegan Michael Key a little bit. That's really funny.
I'm just saying, if you can't beat Ohio State and Michigan, like it's just not going to work out well for you. Luckily, Big Ten is now going to a one full conference, no divisions whatsoever. Now we get the Pac-12 people over. Maybe we have a shot because we don't play Ohio State and Michigan next year. We'll see. But Franklin, you're on thin ice with me. Real quick.
I hate the dissolution of the Pac-12. It really bothered me.
It does bum me out because I am a Pac-12 guy. I respect the Pac-12, love Pac-12. It just sucks that it's just being gone.
But you know what made me happy?
Pac-2.
Florida State getting their ass beat. It was the greatest thing ever.
You know, it's sad. I actually watched that game while I was at work, and I was just like, "Yo, I get it. 20, like you're not in the freaking CFP. 20 players, want to opt out. Do you? But damn."
But here's the thing that no one talks about. Georgia had the same amount of players opt out.
That's also true.
And
still came out and smoked them by 60. That was
the greatest
wild.
thing ever. So will you?
That really is funny that the players. Obviously, I get it, the players who are going to go to the draft don't play the bowl game because why risk getting hurt? But your teammates like, bro, what?
So here's the thing about it.
I'm not going to the draft. I want to win something.
Yeah. So did you hear about this Florida State? I know you don't follow college football, Will, but I can explain this to you what happened with Florida State.
I watched some of the bowl games this weekend.
But there was a controversy. So
Liberty, damn.
No, I have no idea.
All right, so here's what happened. So long TLDR, for the last 10 years, finally major college football started to do a playoff system. But the playoff system only consisted of 4 teams, which is a disgrace in and of itself.
Yeah, that's not really playoffs. That's just we're picking the winners.
Yeah. So next year they're expanding to 12, which finally.
Thank God.
Yeah. So anywho, so usually the rules of the playoff committee selection is that if you win a Power 5 conference, you usually go in. If you win a Power 5 conference and you're undefeated, you're almost sure to get in. So you're
Unless
you're almost sure to get in. So Washington won its conference, Texas won its conference. Alabama beat Georgia, who was undefeated, and Michigan won its conference as an undefeated team as well.
Bullshit.
Alabama won the SEC, historically the most dominant conference in all of college football. Florida State went undefeated and won the ACC, and they got left out of the 4-team playoff, and they were pissed.
Ape shit.
It was hysterical. The best part about it is Charles's girlfriend is a Florida State fan, and the news broke when I was. And the news broke because I'm a Florida fan. I don't give a hell. I don't give a fuck about them. And so the news.
I was about to say the Florida fan in you.
The news broke when I was playing like PlayStation with Charles, and she was there. So, and I said, "Put her on the phone. Put her on the phone. I want to tell her."
Yes, sir.
She did not like me.
That's pretty
She
funny.
did not like me
That's
at all.
pretty funny.
So everybody was complaining, and the college football player committee was like, "Listen, you lost your starting QB, and you guys have looked ass ever since," which was the truth. And then so everybody was like, "Oh, they should get in. Schedules don't mean anything. Blah 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 blah." So they put him at number. They ranked them at well, the schedule's the reason that they sucked. So they put him at number 5, and like, yeah, you're gonna go up against Georgia, who's not getting in the playoffs either. And everybody's like, well, you know, if Florida State wins, maybe they should be co-champions, blah, 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 because they're undefeated, Power 5, blah, blah, blah. So they go up against Georgia, and Georgia blows them out by 60.
Co-champions? What are you, stupid? That's not how champions work.
Anyway, that's how it happened in college football for years when they didn't have a playoff system. It was just the press figuring out who was the best team. And sometimes teams tied, and you had co-champions.
That's really dumb.
It took them.
And then if you
it's
really
always
want to
way
take
we can
it,
determine who could win in a game.
yeah,
It took major college football like over 100 years, almost 100 years to figure out that they should go to a playoff system when every other division in college football has a playoff system and it works perfectly fine. And no one complains.
Dude, it's like if
But
only there was a
before that, we
tournament
had them.
in, college every year.
You know.
It was with a bracket system.
yeah.
Oh,
In a Final Four.
How would that work?
In a championship game.
What do we?
I mean,
what do we do?
God forbid that.
Sports.
God forbid before that they had math though. They had to use fucking actual formulas
BCS
to determine who were the 2 best
The
teams.
BCS system was
in the
amazing.
college. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it because it's math and numbers and shit. I'm all for it, but just like
The BCS system was a whole lot of
what's the equation?
of
I need to know the equation.
hot garbage. They used to do so for like what is it, almost a decade or 15 years or so. They created what was known as the Bowl Championship Series, and hi Taquan, and you'll enjoy this. Will they created a mathematical formula to determine the 2 best teams to play for the national championship instead of creating a playoff system.
They want an AI algorithm, and like before AI was even
pretty much.
Yes.
That's exactly what happened.
Pretty much.
That's exactly
what
what happened.
that is. Yes, Will, you nailed it perfectly. You
Like,
nailed
how
it
can we
perfectly.
overcomplicate this? I have an idea. Math. My God, get this man a raise.
The best part about it was it was like maybe a third of the way through, no, 2/3 of the way through the BCS system, but they decided, hey, maybe we should give the national championship its own game and stop cycling it between bowl games.
Yep.
Which bowl game should we give this to? Why don't we make a new bowl game? Fuck you, you're fired.
What about a tournament? You're definitely fine.
Yeah, get out of here.
Out. Don't go out the door. Go out the window.
Oh my God.
Next, we're going to make the ball perfectly round and orange.
Oh, no.
Why don't we just play with a Nerf football, all right?
Yes. I want to hear the whistling.
I will say,
hear
I
it.
will say, I do want to go to the Pinstripe Bowl one year. That's because they do a bowl game at Yankee Stadium.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
it's pretty cool. The most entertaining one so far has been the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Dude, the Pop-Top Bowl was hilarious.
Pop-Tart Bowl.
We were watching it at a bar, and I was just like, "This is the most absurd thing I've ever seen." A dancing Pop-Tart.
Did you see what they did at the end? They created like a human-sized Pop-Tart. Like they put the actual Pop-Tart mascot in a toaster, and then they came out with a human-sized Pop-Tart for the winning team to eat.
And they
Hell yeah. That's it. Fuck the trophy. Just give me the Pop-Tart.
Have you seen the Duke's Mayo Bowl?
Yeah, I forgot that was a sponsor.
Yeah, so it's sponsored by Duke's Mayonnaise, and the coach of the winning team doesn't get a Gatorade bath; he gets bathed in a giant tub of mayonnaise.
Ugh. Ugh. I'm like, guys, you know what? We're kicking the field goal at the 72-yard line. I know it's first down.
We are not.
I am not getting dunked in fucking mayo.
The only sad part is like they actually do it willingly.
Yeah, it's part of a shtick.
Which boggles my mind.
Where was this game played? I hope it was like the hottest part of the
No,
country.
I
I think
think-
the heart of
I
Florida.
think Duke's Mayo's North Carolina.
That's just as bad.
Just as
I
bad.
think it is North Carolina.
Jesus.
It's so fucking funny.
Oh, dude, it was cold in Nashville though. It was cold all weekend. It was 30
There's a
degrees in
cold front
Nashville
coming
all
through.
week.
There might be a storm coming this way.
And allegedly, we're getting snow this weekend.
Not in my forecast so far.
And in Dirty Jers, us Jersey boys gonna get snowed
Yeah,
on.
take that.
Can't relate.
Yeah, how is it in Colorado with your free marijuana air and all of that?
First and foremost, it's still cold as fuck because it's called winter, and then there's like 3 winters. There's not one, there's 3. So you got like warm winter, that's this like November going into December. You'll get a bit of warm days still.
Okay.
Then you have death winter, which is basically like end of December, like now going into it through February into March. And then for some odd reason, spring doesn't happen to show up until like about 3 weeks after it's supposed to start, and then you still get a bit of winter after that. It's weird.
You don't
Mother
get spring
Nature
till
doesn't-
May.
No, well, spring in April, but like it just feels like there's like super cold days, and Mother Nature doesn't really know how to figure it out.
Yeah, this doesn't start getting consistently warm until April, like early April.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank God for WrestleMania coming
Yeah.
around that time.
Yeah,
It can be,
you guys are
it can be
good.
cold at WrestleMania. It was cold at New York WrestleMania.
Yeah,
True.
but it was sunlight out, and it didn't rain until after Becky got the 3 count.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that worked out. That was a great WrestleMania, I'm not gonna lie. The last of the one-day manias.
True.
Was
Yeah,
it?
that's a trivia fact. 35 was the last one.
Yeah, because the next one was COVID, and it's like, fuck it, we're gonna do it in 2 nights.
Yeah, and then they're like, hey,
Yeah.
this 2-night thing, let's do this with a real crowd. Let's see how this works out.
And then New Japan decided to do it once. That was
And
weird.
then they were like, you know what? Nah. That's what happened.
Yeah. Well, they only did it for the Olympics, though. That was the main reason.
Yeah, I can't
They did it
wait
tonight.
for the Olympics. Not gonna lie.
They're in Paris this time.
Yeah,
right?
and Sha'Carri Richardson's gonna be able to freaking run now that the Olympic Committee is like, oh yeah, weed's fine. So I can't wait.
So
I
do they
can't wait
know
for a
that-
pothead to be like the fastest woman in the world. I can't wait. It's gonna be
but, like,
great.
let's just make sure we don't do any Kanye and Jay-Z jokes. I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
Oh, it's
before
gonna
we
happen.
get started
It's gonna
with
be.
it.
It's gonna happen when the basketball team destroys everybody again.
They're just gonna ask who's in Paris. You know.
No, you know what's gonna be great? Oh no, that's not. That's the LA Olympics. The flag football.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're doing
They're
that.
doing flag football.
So they brought back baseball, and they added flag football to the LA Olympics. And the NFL is strongly encouraging their players to do flag football in the Olympics. I cannot wait for that domination. Can you imagine?
That's just
Can you imagine?
Pat Mahomes playing flag football.
Yeah.
That's literal
Can you
magic.
imagine like
Flag
Tyreek
football.
Hill lining up against somebody from like Romania? It's like
No. I'm
Yes.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I
you're
wanna
running
see
back
it.
now.
I just want Justin Jefferson to hit the gritty on everybody.
Honestly,
along with Jamar Chase. I just want to see
I bet you we can do a whole team of linemen and still win. Like a whole team of NFL linemen as a Team USA flag football team and still win.
Just a bunch of fullbacks. Give me all the fullbacks and linebackers and just have at it.
Like give me Jason Kelsey at QB.
Dude, I bet
Oh God, no!
I bet retired players would still win. Put Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, and Vince Wilfork.
Oh, dude, it'd be disgusting.
Tom Brady's your QB. Like it's easy.
Somebody's like, yeah, I got it.
Oh yeah, Brady's just like, yeah, that'll be sweet. Just get Kirk Cousins as backup.
Adam Cole new stable came out with Undisputed on the Tron.
No,
he'll be hearing from WWE lawyers soon.
Tony, what are you doing?
You can only have 2 triangles. Our Undisputed has 3 triangles, which is actually true.
True.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of which, are you ready to go, Will? You ready to go, Mr. Zach?
Yeah, let's do it up.
All right.
God help us.
God help you. You're the one that's going to be part of this whole thing. All right, ready?
Yeah, let me start recording. Hit the little red button. That's kind of my job.
Yeah, I should also do that as well.
Yeah.
All right, starting
I
in
have no buttons to press.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight Music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, Happy New Year, everybody. We are going to kick off this year with a bit of a roar, a big roar, a young lion roar for back, as Mr. YLP finally makes his way onto the show to help us preview something that neither Will or I actually watch constantly, Wrestle Kingdom 18. It's going to be a pretty wild time, but Stephen A. Smith of Wrestle Addict Radio has finally joined the chat here on the award-nominated Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio, episode number 364, Thy Kingdom Come, and it starts right now. Oh, it's so good to be back. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 364, Thy Kingdom Come. Now on the award-nominated Wrestling Podcast 2024 finalists for the Best Wrestling Podcast by the Sports Podcast Awards. If you would like to vote for us, please click the first link in the description below. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose, along with somebody who, it is maybe the new year, but it is the same flat earther, Will Tarashak. How are you, Will?
He's gonna be a flat earther. Man, I've been called a lot of things, and a flat earth, New Year, same flat earther. All right. Guess I'm a flat earther, guys. Guess what? It's an ice wall all around you. I was in a plane the other day, and let me tell you, it's flat as fuck up there. Yeah, I'm Will Tarashuk, Keys and Thomas, ARASHUK. I can go on with bitch just like that. That's what it takes to be a good podcast host. So yeah, you're welcome, audience. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yes, and also with us for the first time ever, the final member of Wrestle Addict Radio to make his way on to the show. He is the host of the Young Lions Perspective podcast. I call him the Stephen A. Smith of Wrestle Addict Radio, Mr. YLP himself, Zach Rizika. Zach, how are you?
You save the best for last, and the best is always good. How the hell y'all doing? What's going on, guys? Mr. YLP has finally made it into the KOTR realm, and it is quite cozy. I'm not going to lie. The spread is beautiful. 2024 is here, and I could not be more happier to be on the show with you guys. It's actually been a while since I've actually done podcasting, too, so let's see how rusty I am on these platforms here.
Yeah. We are going to talk about that. We are going to get you onto the first guest game in just a moment, but you have not actually done an episode of podcasting in any way, shape, or form for 4 or so months now. So my first question to you is, how are you feeling? How are you doing?
Where I'm at right now, honest with you, I'm in a better position than I was when I was in September.
That's good.
Let's just say the entire summer of last year, still getting used to saying that, was wild. We all knew it. The pro wrestling shit that went on all summer last year was just nuts.
Yes.
And so getting through all that, getting through my Labor Day weekend extravaganza, and immediately felt burnout. And I knew it too. I knew it was coming. And then getting my mentals right. Safe to say, I will be getting back into the swing of things very, very soon. And because of the fact that, it's Wrestle Kingdom literally tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna have to talk about that. So yeah, I'm ready to get back in the swing of things. I'm saying that exclusively to y'all real quick. YLP podcast will be coming back very soon.
Very, very good. Very, very good. And Wrestle Kingdom is happening at literally like 2:30 in the morning. So
We'll be
yeah, so it's gonna be a fun time with all of that. So we gotta get our predictions in and out as quick as possible. But since you are on the show for the first time, it is time for Will's favorite show.
I'm seeing Will. All I see
Fuck
is
yeah,
It's time for
baby.
Will's
First
favorite
guest
show, the
game.
first guest game, hosted by Will Tarashuk. Will, we are going to start this in 3, 2. Let's get this going.
All right, it is time for the first guest game. Look at that stinger. Isn't that pretty? Nice little pretty old
Yeah,
stinger.
right?
All right. Mr. YLP, I've had you on a podcast of mine before. Shout out to my time with Zach on the Talking with Tara podcast. Rest in peace
Hell
for that
yeah,
podcast for now.
Not even gonna lie, that was a time, bro. And I still see like the reels on IG every once in a while of like what we were doing on that show. It was nuts.
Dude, it took me a
It was
long
amazing.
time to post all those reels too. I was just like, I got some of
Worth
these in the bank.
every moment, dude. Worth it.
Yeah, I cut the shit out of that podcast. But that's a story for another day. We played the unknown, unnamed nonsense game. Ricky was an alumni of that show as well. We played unknown, unnamed
Yes,
nonsense.
I am.
That was a lot of fun. Anyway, first guest game. So the first question of the first guest game, where we ask all of our first guests, how did you become a wrestling fan? What got you into this crazy world of sports entertainment, aka professional wrestling? Who do you have to thank?
Believe it or to thank Hogan fucking Goldberg. Without that match as a kid at like 9 years old, I would not be sitting here with y'all today. 100%. That night, beautiful. Everything as a kid, you want Goldberg. And I love Hogan too, but I wanted Goldberg to win. And yeah, in Atlanta in the Georgia Dome at 9, you sold me.
So you stumbled across it, or someone introduced it to you?
I stumbled across it myself because I just was like Saturday afternoons. You're just seeing like WCW Saturday night, and I'm just like watching with my grandma in the background talking mess. It's like, it's fake, right? It's not fake.
Even at a young
Anyway,
age, he knew it was scripted.
Yeah, it's choreographed. Everything still hurts.
Yeah.
It was like I saw a clip not too long ago of Roddy Piper. This was in like '97. Roddy Piper and someone else on like a show. I think it was not Bill Maher. It was not his real time.
Oh, I know the
It was-
one you're talking about. And
It was like politically incorrect. I think the name of the show
Yeah,
was.
and
And Bill
Roddy,
Maher's just like,
Yeah.
it's fake, okay.
Roddy
He's like,
destroyed him.
yeah, he's like, there's no bumps or bruises or scars, which I never thought about it. Like, yeah, wrestlers don't really get bruised, which I think was fucking wild to me. But Piper's just like, look at this hip. It's like, do you see this hip?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm about to smack the shit out of
He
you. I'm about to Vader you
literally
in
dropped.
guitar right
He
now.
literally dropped his pants. Like
Yeah, he
in the middle of
undid his buckle, dropped his pants. Like, this is my hip. This is my hip. Like, look at it. Touch it. Touch it.
Oh
Like,
my god.
fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Second question of the first guest game. Who is your favorite wrestler of all time? And who is your favorite wrestler currently? And tell me why both are Jungle Boy.
You wish on your life, but it is definitely not, unfortunately for you, sir. No, all time, Austin, 100%.
Hell
All
yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, like 100%. Like he's the reason, like I am the smartass that I am because I saw that portrayed on telly, and I'm just like, I can do that too. And then after I found out with my mom's, but that's a whole different story for another day.
Well, no. Hold on. Please do not tell me you gave your mom a Stone Cold Stunner.
No,
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
let her chop me
Oh.
though.
You gave her the bird.
Oh wow. And you live to tell the
Yeah.
story.
You know, I gave my mom the bird too on accident one time.
Yeah.
my older brother and I think his friends were talking about it, and they're like, "Hey, Will, go up to your mother and ask what this means." So I was probably like 5, and I go, my mom's. I remember, I'll never forget this. My mom's doing the dishes, and I tug on her leg. I go, "Mom, what does this mean?" I'm like pointing it in her face. I'm like, what does this mean? And my mom just like look on her face was just like, who taught you this? Like, what's going on here?
It's amazing.
Oh,
So I like, my mom. Whoops.
man.
I'm lucky I didn't get hit with the plate she was washing or the pan.
Yeah. My God. Okay, what was it? Favorite wrestler?
That'll do it.
No. So Stone Cold favorite of all time. Who's your favorite wrestler currently?
Oh, I always have like these 3 people in my head like, all the time, but I always know it's one. It's Ospreay for me right now.
Jungle Boy. I know. I knew it's Jungle Boy.
No.
Will Ospreay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will Ospreay. How? Because it's usually between him and Moxley for me at all times. Like it's
Okay.
always those
Okay,
two.
it's not bad. I like that.
But like right now, Ospreay's that dude going in.
All right, well, all right.
What?
Let's keep it going.
I can't argue that. I got a fellow Will's got to support his Wills.
That's
So yeah,
true.
Will Ospreay for the win.
It's like the
There you go.
Legion of Wills.
You have a non-wrestling fan coming over to your house, and you have to show him him or her, one match to try and get them hooked on wrestling. What match do you show them and why?
Omega Okada 2 out of 3 falls match. And it's not even like
Oh,
No hesitation.
wow.
none.
You know, usually people
That-
like have to think about that.
It's
Nope.
a tough question. It's a very tough
It
question.
is.
Not in my mind, dude. I will put it like this, and this is like legitimate. This is like one of those matches, and one of the very few matches in my life that literally brought me to tears.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
To me, that was like there's a reason that I forget what thing it was like 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Like that's the reason that was my match of the year. That match, like easy. Like you want to see theater, you want to see like what I believe pro wrestling is. I will put that match on. We will sit back. We will have popcorn and snacks and drinks, and we will watch.
I
That's it.
remember seeing Omega Okada 2, I think, obviously on a stream because I'm not paying for NJPW World. Thanks, Dave. But I think that's the one I saw. I was like, wow, this is really good because it was a very seamless. If I remember correctly, it was a very seamless. It was kind of a spectrum of sports and entertainment where you had the 2 out of 3s. And what I think I think I commented on the show about it. What I liked about it was that you actually saw breaks in between the falls where they can like recover. So it made it look kind of like a boxing match, but it wasn't a boxing match.
Young Bucks in the corner of Omega, and I believe Gato was in the corner of Okada.
Yes.
With that match.
Yeah, no, that was a really, really good match. I remember that. So
That's
That-
really
like-
smart. That's a really smart thing to do. Like that's a really nice little detail.
yeah.
In kayfabe, just to give him give him 3 minutes or a minute or 2 in between.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
It sells it because otherwise, 2 or 3 falls. Like, why don't you just pin him twice? He's right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No.
So,
they,
no,
like,
it's designated rest period.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart.
Yeah, everything about ring psychology in that match was just on 10 for me, and there's just no other I think if I'm not mistaken, that was one of the at the time the rare 6-star match given by Dave Meltzer. I
Yeah.
could be
Was
wrong.
that before he started
Yeah.
doing
But-
like decimal points?
It was 5.23.
Yeah, he
Nah,
started
because
doing the
if I'm
Dave
not
method.
mistaken, he gave that 6.
Yeah.
He said he put that that was like his rare 6.
No,
Yeah,
he
right,
would do,
just like-
he would do 3.25 in like the early
Yeah.
aughts in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
he would do quarter, 3/4, or just a
Mhm.
dud. But that was probably one of his first 6-star matches.
Yes.
And Meltzer loves making sure his own method doesn't make any sense.
That's very true. That's a very true statement. I don't understand it either, but I'll deal with it.
Did that match have a promo video? Because I remember I asked this question. The caveat is like the promo video leading up to the match is included in the match. Because when you're showing someone a wrestling match for the first time, like they need to know the story going in, so they're invested in it, and the match itself needs to tell a good story. Or something like I just want to show someone a bloodbath, which is just like I get it.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna
Yeah,
show
there you
someone
go.
JBL Eddie Guerrero and just watch their face as it
See, the only
melts
thing that
off their
sucks about
body.
that, the only thing that sucks about that match though is like the entire promo video is literally in Japanese. So yeah, we're gonna figure that out.
No,
We'll figure
hell,
it out later.
I know
Okay,
subtitles.
that's
Oh, whatever. All right, let's keep going.
Figure it
fine.
out.
What's your finisher, bitch? So if you were a wrestler, what would your finisher be? Describe it and give it a name.
I've already had it in my head like for years. It's like the name of my finisher. It's called the Black Dahlia. And it's
Wow, like the
literally
murders.
and I've been kind of fumbling
That's
around
good.
with it every
That's
so
good.
yeah, I know. Fumbling with like how I would do the finisher, like modified moves, but yeah, literally, um, Tiger Driver 91, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I like either that or I literally because like the way I see it is like a literally like modified J driller, but I literally want to sell it to like it's destroying your neck. I want you to go out, type of thing.
Okay.
Like I wanted like yeah.
So, like, what's that setup like then? Are you doing like fireman's carry? Are you doing double underhook?
Yeah, I'm thinking full double underhook, and just just laying it in.
Okay.
Like sit down, and just
So you're gonna double underhook. You're gonna lift them up. Are they going? Is their stomach on your shoulder, and then you're like kind of giving them a driver?
yeah, 100%.
That can be done in a weird way, but it can be done.
Yes, it can. Like I wanted to like look like damn, he destroyed that man with that.
So
move.
it's like a mix of like a double underhook power bomb mixed with like a Rikishi driver.
Yeah,
It's just do the pearl plunge. Do it.
hell no.
Do it. What's his name?
Wasn't
did?
that
God.
was it Ahmed
Absolutely
Johnson?
not
Yes.
doing a pearl rubber
Yes.
band.
Ahmed Johnson. He had him in a pedigree, lifted him up, and then power bombed him.
Yeah.
Phenomenal finisher. That would be mine.
I think that was my original favorite finisher. Like the first one. I was like, that's freaking awesome.
Like, yeah, I always say like I'm gonna do a. I always start in a pedigree position. I'm gonna either lift you up and take it to an Alabama slam, or I'm gonna slam you down like a pearl rubber plunge.
Nice.
I dig
My
that.
finishing move is definitely a power bomb. I'm a sucker for a good power bomb.
Very fair. Very fair. All right. Well, we got two more, right? Yeah.
We have two
Yeah,
more.
two more.
What am I missing?
The one that you're missing is the one that this is why I write stuff down. So why take notes, folks. How did you find out about us? Even though we know
that's right.
we know this question, but how did you find out about us?
You know why I just get this question? Because the answer is always the same. Ricky.
Well, no, you were a part of this one.
I was.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yes.
Actually, I remember.
Yes.
I remember the phone call.
Yes. Yeah. So like, are we telling the whole thing? 'Cause I can tell the whole thing.
Tell the story.
Yeah, go into it. We've got time.
Okay, so as a crazy lad going into like towards the end of 2019, and me talking a whole bunch of mess on Twitter and whatnot, X, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. All of a sudden I become like cool with these two happening cats, by the name of Will and Ricky. But it was more so.
It was just me.
Just talking mess over Twitter.
It was me, and then I told Will.
It was more so Ricky. But Will's spirit was there nonetheless. So yeah, I'm going back and forth with Ricky a lot, but having our spats, having our somewhat disagreements, but also at the same time, agreeing on certain things. That same time period, going into 2019, I'm somehow nominated for the Wrestling Podcast Awards for Newcomer of the Year, which I didn't even see coming. I didn't know what was happening, and I didn't even know it was a thing. And I'm just like, what? So after that, basically, I get a hit up by Mr. Ricky. We talk a little bit, wanted me to bring me into the fold. And then that's when I also met Will, the beautiful devil he is. And we all had a nice little kumbaya session, little trio session, if you will. And it somehow we became like the vibe was right. It felt good to actually like see the vision that y'all had for Wrestle Addict Radio moving forward. And I was just like, I was over the moon to just like, wait, all of this is happening at once like that. But then like actually talking with you guys and getting to know you guys a little bit, it just felt right. And I'm just like, I would be a fool to say no to this opportunity. And somehow 4 years later, we are still here.
Yeah, that's very true. I remember suggesting it to Will, and then I had Will listen to your show, and I think that's what sold Will. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I heard it was a solo show.
Yeah,
and I struggle greatly listening to solo shows because I can't keep focus. Total me problem. I also can't do solo shows for the same reason because I just go on and on and on and on. And I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. But listening to a show, and I think it was the music you put.
It was the
under
background music, I think, for you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, this is phenomenal. Like I could actually listen to it and pay attention and understand what they're saying. And I was like, this is a phenomenal podcast. He's like, don't want to talk about bringing them on. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. There's only a couple of solo shows that I will tolerate, and they all happen to be wrestling shows. One is Mr. YLP's, and the first one is Mance. I think Mance does an absolutely phenomenal one-man show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shout out to Mance Chapel and the Mr. Delight.
One time for Mance Chapel.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Mance's one-man shows were amazing, especially when he gets mad. When he would, there was a time.
The gift of podcast.
Yeah. Goldberg versus Wyatt. That's all you need to hear.
There was a series because he used to do retro stuff. He did Game Show NXT for a while. That was amazing. He recapped Game Show NXT and he hated it. It was so funny.
So I remember him in our group chat always complaining about like 2001 WCW.
Yeah.
Who wasn't
like,
complaining about 2001 WCW?
This.
What the hell? Right there with him. Shout out to Mance, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, hope Mance is
doing well.
Yeah. All right. Final question, Will.
For real.
Final question. I remember this one. I can't forget this one. The final and most important question of the first guest game. Are you Team Slack or are you Team Fuck You Slack? Don't answer all at once.
Always and forever, Team Fuck You Slack.
You and everyone else.
That's right, baby.
Have been since day one, and it's not even since day one-ish indeed, bro. It's always Team Fuck You Slack.
Yeah.
Out of love and respect. That's why.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the Slack gets no love and or respect from me at all. Never, ever.
I know you didn't sense the sarcasm. How dare you?
Never ever from me. I gotta keep on living the gimmick. So that concludes our first guest game. Welcome to the show, finally, Mr. YLP. Yeah, so let's get into, before we get into Wrestle Kingdom and all that shenanigans that it's going to be, let's go into the shenanigans that happen to be AEW World's End, emanating from Long Island in New York at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, because no one calls it NYCB Live, you sissies. So I'll be totally truthful with you guys. I haven't watched the show at all. I saw what I needed to see. Eddie Kingston, an alumnus of the show, my first interview ever, won the Triple Crown, or AEW's version of the Triple Crown. Yeah. He is now the NJPW Strong Champion. He's the ROH Champion, which, yay, ROH. And he is also the new, well, you'll love it, he is the newest AEW Continental Champion because they needed another belt. So...
Wait.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the Continental Championship?
I don't know, but it's a thing now.
Is this different from like the Atlantic Championship or whatever the hell it was? They got rebranded.
So they have the International and now they have the Continental.
Okay, so there's International and Continental.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. So they split Intercontinental into two words. It's made two belts.
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Couldn't even call it the Continental Heavyweight Championship.
Do they have the debut belt? You debut with the belt and then you just lose it and meet it to the next person who debuts?
I don't know.
I guess so, apparently.
It should happen. So that happens. So congratulations to Eddie Kingston. My only regret is I didn't see Eddie Kingston win another significant title in person, because I will always support Eddie Kingston because he's freaking awesome.
Significant is subjective.
Listen. Yeah. Adam Cole, surprise, was the devil who didn't see that coming a mile away. MJF has been
Dude, the internet fooled themselves into thinking it wasn't too.
It was. They were trying so hard to.
They're like, it's Goldberg, guys. It's Goldberg.
I'm like, it's Cole, dude. Like, I wasn't even like watching the product, and everybody. I even knew like Adam Cole was the guy. I'm like, it's just right there.
Yeah, I mean, the guy who's his best friend is actually going to turn. No way, it's wrestling.
Jungle Boy, I think, was one.
Oh, there are so many people who thought it was. My favorite one was somebody, I saw it on a tweet. Somebody said they said AEW has the opportunity to do something great and have a devil be Shane McMahon.
See, that was dude.
That was brilliant.
I would have started watching AEW again. You know what? I would have bought a seat so I can sit in the no seat section.
Wow. That's deep.
It would have been great.
That's deep.
So MJF lost the
Yes.
title clean as a whistle, by the way, to Samoa Joe. MJF has been
Saw that
written
coming.
off TV. If anybody's read his Players Tribune article, the thing that was interesting, a couple of things were interesting. He was just kind of being a Long Island guy for a while, for a lot of that, what he wrote. The other thing was he said he had not re-signed with AEW. By the way, AEW turned 5 on January 1st. So 5 years of AEW. We can do a whole fiasco about that. He had not re-signed with AEW. And number 2 was one of the things that I thought really stuck out because he posted this the day before his match. He goes, "I'm tired." He's like, "I'm tired, I'm hurt." And in my mind, I said, he's dropping.
Yeah.
So he said he's tired, he's hurt, he's going to take some time off, which means he's going to go into contract negotiation. And who knows when.
Which means he's going straight to the right.
It's probably what that means.
He's calling a shot right now. He's saying rumble.
Yeah. He's going to take some time off, and we'll see when MJF shows up. The other thing that happened, which was an interesting thing that occurred as well, is they had all these allegations came out about Chris Jericho being
What happened there?
Okay, so
Someone explain that to me.
yeah,
What
all
happened?
right, so
Was he being a creepy old man?
so the allegations Chris Jericho was being a creepy old man, the biggest smoking gun by some random person who's part of the IWC said that he had proof, or the story is that Chris Jericho made an advance on Smiley Kylie Ray, and an unwanted advance on Smiley Kylie Ray, and that was the reason for her leaving the company. So that's what it was. This came out before, and then Chris Jericho also got in some shit about saying that he never signed an NDA for anything, because there was a rumor going around that everybody involved, or it might be true, everybody involved in the original Brawl Out had to sign an NDA to never talk about it. And so
I heard Punk's is in perpetuity.
Yeah, Punk's is forever.
Yeah.
So Chris
For
and then
real.
Chris
Punk is
Jericho
forever.
went back to fighting with somebody on Twitter saying that he never signed an NDA and all this stuff. So all of this stuff came out like the night before. Jericho was drunk, angry, tweeting on Christmas. Thank you, friends. So all of this stuff came out. And then some people were like, well, maybe he should be off the show. Maybe they should do an investigation, blah, 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 blah. Jericho was on the show. They booed the crap out of him. Somebody on Hardcam side purposely put up NDA Jericho the entire match that he was in, because Long Island's really quick when we want to be. And so he wrestled. What struck me about this was not anything that happened, because I expected Jericho to still be on the show. What struck me about this was Tony Khan with foot and mouth disease yet again. Tony Khan's in the presser, looking like a buffoon, by the way, which I think might have been Tony Storm saying, but he was answering questions about it, and he said, he was asked about the Jericho thing. He goes, "I'm not going to comment on some baseless claims from the internet." Fine. Cool, whatever.
Good answer.
Good answer.
And then he continued.
I like that.
He continued. Goes, "In my opinion,
Oh,
yeah."
God.
He goes. "In my opinion, we have the safest locker room in all of pro wrestling." Mind you, when he fired Punk, he said
He said he was afraid for his
exactly.
life. Yeah, I was afraid for my life.
Yes.
But don't worry, guys, it's safe. You fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. This is.
Dude, I hope CM Punk pulls that quote in a
Dude.
lawsuit.
Seriously, I hope so.
So, which one is it, Mr. Khan? It was both.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
there's that. So yeah, AEW's World's End happened. A couple of great things happened. Edge, I was gonna say Edge and Christian, but yeah, Edge and Christian, pretty much stole the show from what I saw. They did Edge and Christian stuff because they're crazy Canadians. That's pretty much what happened. Edge powerbombed Christian through a table on fire, which is the big spot.
Nice.
Yeah, he went back to WrestleMania.
God,
He went back to WrestleMania
what
22.
did we say? He threw him through the table, though.
Listen, I didn't watch it.
I saw the footage.
No.
I saw the footage. It was barely. I saw it on Twitter, and I was like, "Eesh."
Edge and Christian had the match they probably thought about when they were children, is exactly what happened. So AEW's
Oh, of course.
AEW World's End, definitely go check that out.
Yo, good for Samoa Joe.
No,
Though.
no, congratulations to Samoa
Hell
Joe. He
yeah.
finally needs to be
All for
he
it.
deserved to be the head of a brand. I mean, he was the head of NXT for a very, very long time, 3-time NXT champion.
Yes.
But no, good for Samoa Joe. I will, because this is going to be good, because now you get Samoa Joe at the top of the card in AEW without the WWE filter. So we're going to get a very visceral Samoa Joe.
Spicy promo.
Yeah, we're going to get a spicy Samoa Joe, and that's the best Samoa Joe. Like when it.
Yeah, do you want to throw some grades on MJF's run? MJF's title run.
Okay.
He had the belt for a while, but here's the thing: like
he is the longest reigning champion in AEW history.
I think. Oh, great! Private Party's back. That's just what AEW needs. I think MJF is a phenomenal star, phenomenally talented, and a lot of things aren't his fault. But if you look at the numbers, just in attendance and financials and everything else when it comes to like AEW, it kind of tanked under his title run. Like if you go before his title run, AEW was a really good company with a good fan base and had a lot of momentum. He won the belt and it just went to fucking shit. Like not his fault, but it did happen when he was on top.
That's true.
Yeah, that is something that would go against him a little bit.
Yeah, just a tad bit.
You know what I think it was too?
It's like Diesel's run. It's like, yeah, you were a champion, but the company sucks.
Yeah, it's one of those things too as well where I get you can't be a heel the whole time and you want to turn face and you try to tell a story, but like for me, maybe because I'm also from Long Island and I know Long Island douchebag when I see it and MJF fits the mold. I can't. He's not a believable babyface to me.
Absolutely not.
Nothing you can do. You can bro out with Adam Cole all you want. You are not a believable babyface. And he tried.
No.
I will give it to MJF. He tried. He tried really hard. He had a little bit of a theater kid in him trying really hard, but like I just was never sold on it. I actually thought he was going to turn on Adam Cole.
He is. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It would have made sense to do that too, but as far as his run goes, the babyface portion just didn't. I mean, it did what it needed to do, but he will always to me be the heel that would just like is a complete smartass that is just shitting on the crowd every chance he gets, and literally is in his bag when it comes to promos. In ring work, not even mad at it. He does what he's supposed to do, and he gets the job done. But yeah, I agree with both of you. He is just that heel.
Yeah, he is
that guy as a heel.
He's a younger, a little bit better in shape Roddy Piper.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong.
That's not a bad thing.
That night after, if Cody Rhodes wins the belt at WrestleMania and gives a promo on Monday Night Raw the next night,
MJF better show up.
Guess who's debuting? No, he's gonna be MJF with way better theme music.
I don't know.
I almost did his theme song, but
I
no,
like
his song
I
like that theme.
That theme song goes hard, man.
I hate it.
You turn that. But the second you hear it, though, you get the reaction.
It needs more bass, but I understand.
The second it comes,
it needs more
comes on
music. Instruments. It needs something.
Yeah, so
it needs more cowbell.
It'll be interesting where MJF shows up, and interesting where AEW goes after it now that one of their pillars isn't there for the time being. If he's even a pillar, who knows? Who else is someone else who's not going to be there at all anymore after over 30 years in the business as one of Vince McMahon's right hands? Kevin Dunn announced his retirement of.
What a picture!
It's honestly, it's the best one I found. It's the best one I found.
Dude, you should have done the jackass Kevin Dunn.
I don't know if yeah.
Rest in peace, Kevin
There's
Dunn.
also another Kevin Dunn that's an actor as well. But again, best picture I found of him. Kevin Dunn, after over 30 years in the business as Vince's right hand.
Well, that's Ryan Dunn. Sorry, Ryan Dunn.
Yeah, there's a Kevin Dunn that's an actor.
There you go.
But yes, Kevin Dunn, after 30 years in the business, over 30 years in business as Vince McMahon's right hand and the executive producer of television, global television for all WWE products. He announced his retirement. There was a push to get him to stay through Mania, but the big thing for him was after the merger, he didn't want to work for anybody that wasn't named Vince McMahon. So be it. What you need to understand about Kevin Dunn. besides the fact that a lot of people dislike the way that he produced the product with a bunch of cuts in recent years of his time of cutting back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between matches, is that no matter what you say about Kevin Dunn has been around in WWE since before the first episode of Monday Night Raw. The images, the pictures that you see of your version of WWE growing up and currently has the Kevin Dunn influence, whether you like it or not. He has literally shaped the pro wrestling world, and everybody is pretty much trying to either modify it or do something similar. So with that, we have to give Kevin Dunn his accolades. You can rip on him all you want, but
yeah, no, you're 100% right.
Fact of the matter
this guy's
is,
a fucking man, dude.
fact of the matter is, he created the image you see of pro wrestling that has been shown for decades at this point. Is it probably time for him to go? Probably. He's been there 30 plus years. He's probably like close to 70 or something now. Go retire. Have someone else take it over.
Probably rich as fuck.
And he's probably loaded.
He's like, I don't want to work for anyone other than Vince McMahon, but I will stay for the merger and get fucking paid.
That's what probably happened. The merger happened because that's what happened to a lot of WWE execs. The merger happened, they got paid, and they said, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got their check and they just bounced.
Exactly.
And for for most of us, as much as I've ripped on Kevin Dunn throughout the years as a podcaster, I will give the man his flowers. What we got in our childhoods is what he created and what he gave to us. He gave us the Attitude Era. He gave us the freaking. As much as you want to rip on him, you can't, because he gave us that imagery. He gave us those stories. He put those stories to us every single week. You just have to give the man his respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what are your thoughts on Mr. Dunn?
Now go retire and be gone so we can make things happen over here. You thought it was.
I want to know what he's looking at to make this face in this picture.
I don't even want. Oh my god.
He's like, ooh, that cake's wearing a thong.
Zoom in, camera guy. Zoom in.
Now cut.
Come back.
He's like, yeah, that R-Truth joke is really funny.
Now I just get back to ripping him.
This show needs more R-Truth.
I will say that
this show needs more R-Truth.
Listen, every show, R-Truth's amazing right now. I don't care what anybody says.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
how much TV time?
Is he legitimately in Judgment Day though? I need to know this.
No.
Okay, good.
Makes him great. That makes him great. He pulled he I forgot who he tagged with. He tagged with The Miz. So they did awesome. They did Awesome Truth on Monday.
Yeah.
And then he went up against
beautiful.
JD and Dom. And so freaking Miz had Dom was holding Dom's arms, and fucking R-Truth goes, "I'm sorry, I love you." And fucking he pulled a Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels. He's
my god,
amazing. And so from what back to Kevin Dunn in the R-Truth era. From what we've seen, they've already started making changes. Kevin Dunn's gone. As he's been gone.
Yeah, he's probably.
Yeah. So it's very interesting what occurred. How they started out Raw, which should remind you, Will, of when we went to see Evolve. So they started out Raw this Monday with Michael Cole and Barrett in the ring.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was like, this is Did they? Yeah, Michael Cole and Barrett were in the ring with mics addressing the crowd and the television audience, talking about welcome to Raw, and here are the matches that we have, and here are the events that are coming on, which reminded me
Hell yes.
Which reminded me a lot of how Gabe Sapolsky ran Evolve, which I miss every freaking day. I would be in Evolve all day, every day if I could.
It's also what Vince and Lawler were doing in the 90s.
Yeah. So
didn't ECW do it too at times?
Yeah, Joey Styles. Joey Styles.
Yeah.
ECW shows a kickoff of Joey Styles in the ring.
Yeah. Yep. So it's interesting how that's going to be. Michael Cole also, on a side note, as permanently on Raw now. We're giving Kevin and Corey SmackDown. So Michael Cole's not going back and forth. So sorry about that, folks.
So they got rid of Kevin Patrick?
No. Kevin Patrick's on SmackDown.
Kevin Patrick is going to make SmackDown.
Fuck me, dude. He's so bad.
But here's the question though: who who can truly be the second to Michael Cole?
Nobody.
Well, nobody.
I mean, the second.
Once once Cole
I'm sure
retires,
somebody will
like
say
who's
Vic
going to take
Joseph,
over?
but
I do like Vic Joseph. Vic Joseph does
Joseph,
a very good job.
maybe.
I think Vic Joseph's the
Yeah,
next in
Booker T,
line.
though.
Vic Joseph, I love Booker T. I don't care what anybody says.
See, but he's
same.
color though. He's color.
He's
Corey goes to
color.
color.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah.
But we're
Like,
talking about
play-by-play is
telling the
very,
story?
very different.
Now Vic
You're telling the story.
Vic Joseph is very good at what he does in NXT. Very good.
Yes.
I mean, Morrow
Absolutely.
needs to come back from it. Morrow now, he can't do it.
No,
please.
actually, the big thing was Vince being in a 0 time. Morrow could come back.
Vince. I mean, I think he also didn't like the road, right? Was it just Vince?
I think it was Vince, maybe a little bit of the road, but like
It was
Morrow back on SmackDown
partially
would be
Vince,
brilliant.
partially JBL.
Yeah, Morrow mentally just couldn't handle the job, which I don't blame him. It's a tough. It's a tough.
I think the
gig.
transition means you move if they get rid of Kevin Patrick, you move Vic Joseph up and you bring Morrow to NXT.
Yeah.
If Morrow wants
to.
That's if he decides.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see
he
it. Though.
was so good. I still every now and then will watch that video of him reacting at Takeover to the ladder match. Well, that whole card, the Takeover New Orleans.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Where he's just losing his fucking mind for like 3
Anything
hours.
Gargano Ciampa, I mean, he just like that was brilliance at its
It was
finest, man.
brilliant. So
Hello, Cole. Hello, Cole. Hello, Cole. Hello, Cole. Don't
Yep.
let God know.
it's amazing. I love
Just
every moment of it.
legend.
All right, but let's move on from Kevin Dunn and
Legend.
WWE, but to more WWE and Will's thing that I had to text him about as soon as it happened. The Great One returned to Raw. It's because he was already in California at the Rose Bowl promoting the UFL Spring Football League, but he showed up after Triple H had tweeted out that a former WWE champion was going to make their return to Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
and that it was Jinder Mahal, which was the greatest troll job ever.
Dude, the crowd is going.
Oh.
Oh.
Nah. Wait. Okay.
So
For those- yeah.
So
I don't watch Raw often, so literally Jinder Mahal showed up and they were just like, really?
Dude, the crowd all at once just went.
It's audible. It was audible.
Audible.
Oh
It's
god.
so funny.
I mean, I despise the Jinder Mahal title run as much as anyone, but yeah, that's the
for
reaction I
yourself,
expect.
sir. That was a once in a generation title run. Don't hinder Gender.
It was.
I will always hinder the Jinder. That was
so
garbage.
funny. Dude, I gotta get that collective. Oh, put a sound for it.
I
It
gotta
was
find
so
that video
funny.
now. I gotta find that on
It
YouTube.
was
Is
so
that on YouTube?
funny.
Yes, it is. The full segment's on YouTube, I believe.
It was a long segment, dude, because Jinder's out there talking for like almost 3
And I
minutes.
think
like,
The
it's-
Rock was
why?
messing with him. He was like, "Yeah, keep going, keep going.
Just wait.
Just
wait. Like Jinder was like running out of things to say.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he started like shit. He was literally talking. He quoted the national anthem
Yes.
in Punjabi. He was like, you know what you just booed? You just booed your own national anthem, which would have made me boo hard. It's like, who gives a shit? This is America. You're
I
allowed
will
to.
say the best reaction that I saw. There was a camera on Samantha Irvin when the Rock.
Oh my god, when the Rock's music
Yeah.
hit, she lost it, dude. I love how she's becoming famous. She's so likable.
Yeah, she is awesome. She was on America's Got Talent too. If you see some like old videos of her,
Yeah.
like she's actually like
didn't know.
wildly talented. It's kind of scary.
I love how everyone has a different announcement to it. It's the Miz. Like she does
I love it.
everyone just a little bit differently. I
They don't do
don't
that
think she does
anymore.
that
They
anymore.
don't do that anymore. Higher up said no, we don't.
I
do
think that
that
was a one-time thing, and that higher up was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Because there was such a vitriol backlash.
It was so funny. Like it didn't bother me.
No,
Just
but
do
I
it.
love that stuff though. I love that it just gives that uniqueness to a wrestler.
Yes.
It just makes sense.
So The Rock came back after Jinder Mahal's valiant return.
And called him a dude. Dude, he got the green light to swear a lot. He said douchebag, bitch, bastard.
It was the 10 o'clock hour. They got away with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So The Rock
That
does
makes sense.
what he does. Rock bottom, people's elbow, all that stuff. Dwayne Johnson still doesn't know where the hard cam is, but whatever.
How does he still not know?
He did the people's elbow on the wrong freaking side.
That is an SAT question now. How does he not know?
So then The Rock says he's gonna go out. He's gonna go out to dinner. I thought for a second he was like, "I'm gonna buy out a bar for everybody to show up." I was like, that would have been fucking wild. And then he talks about should he sit at a booth, should he sit at the bar, or should he sit at the head of a table? And everybody freaking lost it. And that's when I told Will, I was like, "Will, your WrestleMania dreams might be coming coming true. I also texted Charles that as well. So it is out there in the WWE Ether universe. The Rock wants to face Roman Reigns, not only for the head of the table, but for the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to defer to you really quickly, Mr. YLP. When do we get Rock versus Roman?
If we're being brutally honest, they should have done it in 25 days. If we're being brutally honest.
At the Rumble?
It's a big four.
At the Rumble.
Big four would make sense.
The way I've been thinking about it in my head for the longest time, like Rumble was it just made sense to have Rock versus Roman, because you were not going to do it at WrestleMania 40. As much as I would have loved to see it, and much as it would have been a solid match, that's not WrestleMania worthy to me, because we got other things to think about for Mania with Roman and everything. But now, because they're not doing, they're not going to do Rock Reigns at Royal Rumble, I'm assuming, because like I said, I haven't watched Raw. So
no, you got Randy Roman.
Or that was already announced, wasn't it?
That was announced 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Is Chamber?
Honestly, I forgot
what's
Randy came back.
Yeah, what's next month's pay-per-view? Is that Berlin?
No. Bash and
No, that's after Mania. That's Backlash.
Okay.
So just you got Rumble, you have Chamber, and then Mania. You got 3.
I mean, if you're not doing a Chamber, what are we doing?
You know, you also have NXT Vengeance Day, because that could also happen at that show. It's not going to happen. I'm just saying.
Please God, no.
Yo, this is a WrestleMania match. You guys got to remember, you're thinking storyline. What makes sense with storyline? Yet the company just prints money. This needs the biggest stage possible, and that's WrestleMania 40. There's no bigger stage in a milestone WrestleMania. This is happening in Mania, so it just is. It just makes the most money for everybody.
So. Number one, hi Smiley, welcome to the show. I know you're a little late, but thank you for joining. So here's the thing. WrestleMania is turning 40. It's already cemented as a top 10 sporting event in the world. Cities already bid on it. It makes it like top 10 sporting event in the world. That's compared to, the Super Bowl, the World Series, the NBA Finals, the NHL Stanley Cup playoff finals as well. It already prints money. Cities already bid on it. And with the roster that WWE has today, you actually don't need The Rock to do a match in Philadelphia for WrestleMania. The show, the spectacle already prints itself. Wrestling's already at an all-time high. Also, The Rock's like 51. And I don't know if anybody saw him once he hit that once he finished doing all of his moves and stuff, he was winded. He was gassed.
Even though he's jacked to the gills.
He's jacked, but he doesn't have cardio.
Yeah.
He's gassed. He was very, very gassed. I also put into consideration the fact that The Rock has been on a promotional tour with the UFL, because he's still an owner of the merged USFL and XFL, whose first game is going to be March 30th, about a week before WrestleMania comes in. I think the best thing for everybody involved, because I saw how The Rock was with the XFL and how hands-on he was with that. And you also have to consider that WWE is now expanding a lot of their premium live events. They experimented with it last year, but they're going to go full-fledged ahead with it with international markets for first times ever. We obviously had Puerto Rico. We had Montreal last year. And we had London last year as well.
That was a run.
Yeah. This year, we are getting Australia, Berlin. They created a new premium live event for freaking Germany. Okay. And
Berlin.
France. I think
and more Saudi shows.
They're still in the contract with that, yes.
For a few more years. And they're going to renew it.
Probably, because they're getting crap tons of money.
Please, God, no. Please,
money talks, dude.
They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
And those shows have gotten
It's money. Yeah. It's
so you put that all together. I think from a business standpoint, WWE says, hey, we're going to crush WrestleMania like we always do, because there's nothing bigger than that in all of pro wrestling. But we need to dominate these international markets, because I think there's a plan here, because they're going to expand, as Triple H has said years ago, with this whole concept he called global localization. And he needs to create these markets,
aka I guess globalization.
Yeah, yeah. He tried to make it sound fancy.
We're gonna bring these countries to Mars. I mean wrestling.
So I think what it is, I think if you get Rock Roman at the Elimination Chamber as your main event, The Rock gets to prepare for this because it's in February. The Rock gets to prepare for this. He then can leave, start doing his promotion for the UFL Football League, and you still have, you still have a build to WrestleMania where everybody can where you can start to build to that without The Rock being this kind of thing in a way, because you still have the Cody thing. There's been talks about Roman doing 2 nights because Roman doesn't need a championship belt, which I kind of agree, but you're not gonna you're not gonna have Roman drop before Mania and then have him go up against The Rock,
absolutely,
or something like that. And I wouldn't want to put Roman on both main event nights, because then you're gonna get an angrier Seth Rollins. And Seth is already angry as it is.
Yeah, Roman doesn't have 2. Roman also doesn't have 2 belts anymore,
Yeah.
so it doesn't make sense for him to do both nights. And I also don't want him to do both nights. I wouldn't mind if Rock cost him a title at Rumble.
I've heard
and
that
then
too.
He went on the face him at Mania. That honestly wouldn't bother me.
I've also seen the idea of Deonna Purrazzo showed up in AEW. Good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she burned a lot of bridges in WWE anyways.
Which means Sasha is not.
Sasha Banks WWE return confirmed.
She's winning the Rumble, dude.
Yeah, yes, please.
Why not?
Yeah, dude, she wins. Dude, her and Rhea is going to be
I
incredible.
will tell you this right now. The Women's Rumble this year is going to be amazing.
It's a toss.
Yo,
dude. It's such a toss.
I'm ready.
I'm telling you,
I'm so ready for
here's
it.
my prediction right now. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when AJ Lee comes back.
Yeah,
That's going to be the shock of the
Give
century.
her Rumble. Let her do the Rumble.
So, but going back to The Rock, I'm okay with, actually, it'd be a crazy thing, but you kind of had to flip the story in some way if you did a number triple threat Roman, Rock, Cody.
Oh no!
It's a lot.
No,
it's a lot.
It's too much. It's too much.
It's just Cody's meddling in family business, though, because the story, you gotta make Cody Rhodes fit into the Bloodline story.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how you do that when it's all about I'm the head of the table. No, I'm the head of the table.
No,
like,
I
be the head of the table. No.
Yeah, you get like a Sami Zayn situation.
It doesn't make sense. But to your point about WrestleMania doesn't need it, Ricky. Like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Does WrestleMania need The Rock? No, it's gonna make a boatload of money anyway. It's just gonna make more money with The Rock, because how much merch they're gonna push at Access with The Rock.
You mean all the merch that you're gonna buy?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know me.
Are they bring back the Boots to
WrestleMania
Ashes
skull.
t-shirts? We need those quickly.
But yeah, like there's no doubt in my mind this is going to, if it's happening, because it's all about The Rock's schedule, right? It's not even.
That's also true.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen at WrestleMania. I could see Rock going, dude, I'm not going to Australia. That's a long ass flight. Not a goddamn chance.
Yeah.
And I could see him being like, there's no way it can go happen to Rumble so soon because Randy's already booked. So it's just not. It's just not in the cards.
Yeah, I think
it has to be Mania.
Nah, it won't be SummerSlam. Too late. I think, because I don't think Roman holds till SummerSlam. But the other thing that I think we also need to consider, I think UFL's camps and stuff start a couple of days after Elimination Chamber. So we're gonna stick with the theory The Rock wants to be really involved in the spring football league that he's been cultivating for the last couple of years. He can do Elimination Chamber, take the, be done with that, and then just focus on this football league, and it all kind of works out.
It just makes sense.
The other thing also to consider, because Will and I, we've talked about this forever too, where does WrestleMania fall in their financial reports?
It's in, what's the date? It's April
7th, I believe.
It's Q2.
Because we talked about, sometimes it falls in Q2, sometimes it falls in Q1. So
it's usually in Q2. If it's in March, it's in Q1. Yeah. If it's in April, it's
That's
Q2.
what I think. The Rock being in a Q1 premium live event will make their earnings look strong for 2 parts of the year.
Yeah, what they should do is make it the 30th and the 1st. Both quarters.
And split the revenue.
Perfect.
And so that'll be crazy. So who knows when The Rock's going to show up? He's going to be around for a while. And it's going to be really fun when The Rock and Roman finally go face to face with each other. That's going to be a.
Roman tweeted this like the laughing emoji to like the end the WWE video.
It's already begun. It's so,
the promos though are going to be crazy.
It's already begun.
I think the promos between those two will be solid.
I feel bad for Cody though. Like I legitimately, I would.
Yeah, everybody feels bad for
I'm
Cody.
totally happy with Rock Cody
Who
too.
doesn't?
Like I am 100% cool with that as a main event. I would love to see The Rock. Don't get me wrong, but I am totally happy with The Rock of Mania with Roman and Cody. Absolutely 100%.
So let's move forward here because we are gonna get into a lot of Wrestle Kingdom. Very very.
Is this Wrestle
Kingdom? No, this is not Wrestle Kingdom. What you're seeing here is the graphic from a TNA promo video that they came out.
Okay. I gotta go.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'll
talk about it with Mr. Wild.
I'll talk. You're gonna leave me here.
He's got shit to do. Anywho, so yeah, TNA came out with this video package saying that they are rebranding. They are rebranding their pay-per-views to premium live events. So TNA will no longer be producing pay-per-views. They are going to be producing premium live events. Now, Mr. YLP, why that is so interesting to me is that WWE also has the similar branding of premium live events and not pay-per-view. So why would TNA mimic WWE, especially considering a couple years ago they had that very soft working partnership with AEW, which ended up just being AEW just milking them for all they could and not giving TNA anything to work off of. To be completely honest with you, you also have to put into consideration this other thing too, Mr. YLP, is this thing. And tomorrow or Thursday, Peacock is holding a special 2024 preview for WWE. Okay, that's what they're doing. That is what they're putting together. It's going to preview the whole year, what they have in store. And on top of that, Triple H is going to make a special announcement on the show that everybody has a lot of speculation about. Doesn't have to deal with TNA. It would make sense to me that TNA is mimicking WWE for a specific reason, and Triple H will discuss it on this special, which is going to be airing on Peacock. There is already speculation that Naomi, Trinity Fatu, may be returning to WWE. There is speculation that Naomi may show up at the Rumble as the Impact, as the Knockouts champion, a la Mickie James did a couple of years ago, because they also owed Mickie that. There is also the speculation, and I'm really glad you're sitting down for this, Mr. YLP, and don't choke on that cookie when I tell you this. There are also the speculation of Worlds Collide. Worlds Collide featuring TNA and WWE as a possible speculatory thing. So the big question is it's twofold for you, Mr. YLP, but I need you to answer. Why is TNA moving to the premium live event model in branding, and does it have anything to do with Triple H's announcement that's going to happen very, very soon?
First and foremost, those cookies were absolutely delicious.
I bet they were.
Shout out Miss YLP for the cookies, chocolate covered cookies one time. Whew, that's a lot.
I was also trying to waste time because Will's going to be in the bathroom for a while, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. No, yeah, I saw this about a day or so ago, and then I saw the news about Naomi possibly coming back to WWE. And my first thought was, I'm like, hold on, fam. She is the current reigning and defending Knockouts champion of the world. And now you're talking about premium live events and all this stuff.
Damn good champion at that, by the way.
You know what? Damn right. Let's not get that twisted. But yeah, I mean, if we're talking Worlds Collide between WWE and TNA, sign me the F up. I don't know what your cursing limit is here, so I'm not trying to go buck wild today.
I mean, you're doing a good job.
Just
you're
put
doing
that
a good
out
job.
there. I'm trying. I'm really trying right now. You know me well enough to know I'm like,
I appreciate the consideration. I appreciate the consideration.
I am trying. But no, I mean, we're talking Worlds Collide. I mean, I would be all for it because there could be a lot of matches for that card. We're talking a lot.
Yeah, I mean the other thing.
I mean, we could buy some.
The other thing that we also have to consider is that Triple H via Shawn Michaels and Regal and NXT have already kind of dipped their hand in the IWC's version of Forbidden Door, which was mentioned on NXT New Year's Evil last night. Regal's son, which I forgot what his name is in NXT. Charlie Dempsey. Sorry, thank you for that. Charlie Dempsey was chosen by NXT Brass, aka his father, to compete in the All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown. It's a tournament, correct?
If they're talking about the Triple Crown, I believe it's the Triple Crown Championship over there, held by one. Let me see if I remember this correctly. Natsuhiko Nakajima, who holds the Triple Crown right now. So it would have been like a match for him to face Nakajima for the title.
Yeah, so that is already in the works currently. That's why Charlie Dempsey was.
Yeah, he's not an NXT. He's on excursion right now, actually over in Japan.
Yeah, so that's already good. So it would make sense that this would be the next step. It also would make sense that potentially we would get a Worlds Collide NXT versus Impact Superstars, which kind of seems unbalanced, but when you look at the styles that both of these brands do, they're very similar in nature. With a lot of the vets on Impact, they could really teach a lot of his NXT. And like, I love the NXT roster. I'm not gonna lie. There's crazy amount.
Oba Femi though.
That man's a that man's a monster.
Effing
There's
Femi.
a crazy amount.
Give that man 2 years. I promise you, he will be champion.
He's the next.
That man is. All I had to see was one match out of him, his first match, and I'm just like, I saw his look, I saw his theme, I saw how the way he gets down, and I'm just like, that man's gonna be champion in a couple years.
His ceiling,
just gonna put that.
His ceiling is Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Black Brock.
Has the look for it.
He's Black Brock. So when you think of the Worlds Collide thing, it's always been an NXT thing. So if we were to do Worlds Collide. And with NXT and Impact, I think that's a brilliant idea for everybody. And honestly, the more I see what Impact is doing, like from their rebranding to all of their stuff, I really want to watch a lot more Impact now. Like, I'm very interested, in what they're doing.
Well, actually, no, we call it. Is it officially?
On my fault.
It's back to TNA?
I keep on switching back and forth. It's gonna be. It's officially TNA.
It's
TNA. It is officially TNA.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Oh, good. I didn't miss a TNA conversation.
I've been pontificating. So I will fill you in right now about this. TNA came out with a video saying that they're going to rebrand from pay-per-views to premium live events.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Okay.
That's pretty funny.
So also
too good.
WWE as part of their part of their week or whatever, they're doing a special tomorrow on Peacock where it's called like the 2024 preview. We're going to preview the whole year of WWE. On that show, Triple H is going to have some sort of major announcement. The speculation is that it's going to involve TNA. Because why in the hell would they rebrand the premium live events for no effing reason? There's also speculation that Naomi may be returning, that she might show up at the Rumble as a Knockouts champion. There's also a speculation that we're getting Worlds Collide NXT versus TNA. Soon as well.
Dude.
Dude,
now we're talking. TNA is
yeah.
TNA is
I just watched Will the entire time, just had like little smirk to being like, oh yeah.
Dude, Triple H is just like, oh, we're gonna treat you like ECW in the 90s.
Oh god.
And by that we're taking all of your talent and paying you like 25%.
Trent Seven getting them back.
Yeah, so the big question I was posing,
Dixie Carter was backstage not too long ago.
She was. That is very true. So the big question.
Imagine if Dixie brokered this deal.
Yeah, right.
Oh god.
It was probably Billy Corgan, right, or whatever he was.
No, he's the NWA.
He's NWA.
Yeah.
He was like, don't worry, I don't like this match.
So the big question is, why would they switch to premium live events? And is the reason for it something to do with Triple H's announcement coming up tomorrow? That's the question that was posed.
It depends what their model is. Like, are they doing pay-per-views? Like, is Lockdown coming back?
Well, it never left. It never left.
Okay,
yeah. It's still
And
a thing.
if so, is it available on pay-per-view or is it on their streaming service or whatever?
TNA Plus is gonna
That's
be
a very
thing.
good question too.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, dude, it could be it could be as simple as a legal thing. Like WWE could have changed it because it's technically not pay-per-view. It's not on pay-per-view.
Correct.
So it's misleading and legally inaccurate.
Yeah.
So they premium live event could have been like something they were forced to do legally.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer. And I couldn't, I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
But that would make sense to me. It could be as simple as we can't call it pay-per-view because it's not technically pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did say that because they're doing Hard to Kill. They're doing like a double pay-per-view weekend, which TNA does from time to time. It's Hard to Kill Hard to Kill on Saturday, something else on Sunday of next weekend. The Grizzled Young Veteran signed. GYV is with TNA.
Hell yeah.
But they also said they have some sort of major signing coming to TNA as well that same weekend.
R-Truth.
Yeah, right. Honestly, I think
T-Fact.
Why not?
And honestly, knowing the
Former
history,
NWA World Champion.
knowing the history of TNA and how AEW did them so fucking dirty a couple of years ago, it would make sense that they would do like a Worlds Collide with the NXT brand because that would be amazing to see.
It's like Forbidden Door, but cooler.
Yeah, but more organized.
That would be really cool. I think that'd be huge. I think it's good for both companies, honestly.
If this happens, it makes you want to watch TNA, and I've never said that.
Dude, TNA was the shit.
I've seen some TNA stuff, and
TNA back in the day.
Yeah. I've seen some
I started watching
TNA.
in 09.
It's good stuff.
Dude, my first TNA show was the Go Home show for Bound for Glory 2009. Was the first one I ever watched.
Nice.
So
So
I think when was I watching it?
who knows?
Damn.
And Hulk
I was in
Hogan
middle
literally
school.
came in. Hulk Hogan and Bischoff literally came in a few months later. Literally, it will be 14 years tomorrow since Hulk Hogan officially joined TNA.
Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, January
watching
4th,
that dude,
January 4th, 2010. Isn't that wild?
That is pretty wild.
That's crazy.
That is pretty wild. So,
Ugh.
like I said, I hope this
That's a
happens. Our answer to this question will probably be revealed tomorrow. I hope it's Worlds Collide. And I also hope Naomi shows up at the Rumble at the Knockouts champion.
Hell yeah. Why
Dude,
not?
what if a stipulation was like, okay, we'll do this deal, but NXT has to use a six-sided ring. They have to.
Yes. Oh man, I would be all for that. 100%. Give me that 6 side.
NXT, 6 sides of steel.
Dude, that would be crazy.
Every match is a cage match.
Suicide comes back.
No, he's doing the opening match for Wrestle Kingdom. Speaking of which, New Japan Pro
Not in the
Wrestling.
rainbow.
New Japan Pro
Not
Wrestling.
in the rainbow.
Yeah. Listen, New Japan Pro Wrestling announced that they are making a change in administration, and there is a new president, Will Tarashak, of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it is the ace Hiroshi Tanahashi. Yes, one of the biggest names in New Japan Pro Wrestling history. The guy who's done it all is just not as big as Okada, although he is my personal favorite, is Tanahashi. He is now.
Isn't he still wrestling?
He's wrestling. We're going to talk about his match against.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong? This has never gone bad. This has never gone bad forever.
Everything under the sun and then some.
So from what I read, and you can back me up on this, Mr. YLP, was that there was a lot of talk about kicking the former president out, a lot of that being pushed by Kazuchika Okada, who did not want him there.
He ran a mutiny?
Yeah. Okada. I mean, for a while now, and I'm at least from like my point of view in terms of how Okada was just like, yeah, I want him out. There has been a little bit of beef, in a sense, between him and former President Obari-san. And Okada just didn't want him there. At least from what I read in the tea leaves, it's just like Okada did kind of, yeah.
Listen, and let's face it. Okada's Undertaker levels of clout in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I understand if Okada's like, I don't.
It's like Okada,
yeah,
Tanahashi somewhere right in there, and then everybody the fuck else.
Pretty much. So Tanahashi's a good thing.
Yeah.
My question for for both of you guys. We'll start with Will, seeing he doesn't watch NJPW at all. We talked about a couple of weeks ago that Okada's going to be a free agent. He has aspirations of going overseas. Does he stay now?
Anything's possible, man.
His boy's the president.
You can't give someone money, you give him power.
Yeah.
So
his boy's the president. So,
he could stay, just do him a favor. It's totally possible.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Mr. YLP?
Because for on everything, like Okada's my guy, 100%. I mean, ever since 2016, I've been watching New Japan. The night he actually lost to AJ Styles, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, and would I be shocked if he left? Yes and no. More so, yes, because he's been that guy. He has been him in New Japan for a very long time. Like, he is, at least to me, and I know it's going to be Tanahashi slander because I know someone likes Tanahashi, but I'm an Okada guy, 100%. He's the real ace of NJPW. It has been and has shown himself to be so for a very long time.
You shut your whore mouth, damn it.
I knew it was gonna get you, Ricky. I love. Don't get me wrong, bro. Tanahashi's my dude. Like, don't get it twisted. But like with me, it's like I came in at a time when Okada was starting to rise and Tanahashi was starting to fall a bit. So you're welcome with that.
I understand. I
wouldn't be surprised if he actually went overseas. It wouldn't surprise me. I think he's done more than enough in New Japan to be like, you know what? I can leave this company and still know it's going to be in good hands. Knowing Tanahashi's the president now, would he stay as a favor? It's possible.
Yeah.
Would I honestly? Yeah, it would totally make sense if he stayed because like he's that guy. And besides that, now not Tanahashi being the president, it kind of worries me a little bit that if Okada did leave, who's going to be that guy going forward?
We're going to answer that question really soon.
Yes, we will.
Really soon, because now it is time for Wrestle Kingdom 18, the 18th annual, or the 17th annual, should be the 18th iteration. 18th. Yeah, 18th iteration of Wrestle Kingdom, emanating from the Tokyo Dome in Japan. For all intents and purposes, the only thing bigger than Wrestle Kingdom in the world of professional wrestling is WrestleMania. Yeah, it is.
Facts.
Yeah, the only thing. It's
not even debatable.
Yeah, it's not debatable. This is a bucket list event. That if ever I had a crap ton of money, I want to go to.
I'm right there, dude. I'm right there with you, 100%.
And
it's Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, it is,
and the best.
It's kind of like a. It's hard to really see it from the States because it obviously is going live in Japan. So if you're going to watch Wrestle Kingdom live, you're up at like 2:33 in the morning, but you are never disappointed. You are never disappointed if you do watch it live. You're not disappointed if you watch it a couple of days later on a live stream.
I respect you more if you do.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I'll probably be sleeping.
Like their stream, like I will be dead knocked out.
Yeah. So
I will watch it at my leisure, probably Thursday night, maybe Friday. We'll see. But yeah, dude, with Wrestle Kingdom, and for those of you who are not New Japan people, I understand. Allow me to be your Sherpa as much as I possibly can with this. Fun fact, though, I mean, it will always be on January 4th, no matter what the day is, which I personally love. And if it's and if it lands on an off day for me, January 4th, regardless
no matter
of what day it is, it's going down in the DMs. You can see wrestling on a Tuesday. That's beautiful.
I respect that.
I love that.
I respect that.
Yeah, it gives everybody something, or a hard date that you can go by no matter what.
I'll never forget it. And the fact when I first found out about that, I'm just like, I can just write on my calendar and forget about it.
Pretty much. Yeah. So we're going to go into the Wrestle Kingdom card. We're not going to do the entire card, even though it is a great card. We're about to do 6 of the 10. We've been going at this for a while. So
that's true.
We've got to go on this, but I'm going to try to set the scene with every match card. We're obviously going to start with the main event. The IWGP World Heavyweight Champion features the champion Sonata, the 7th champ in this iteration of the IWGP World Heavyweight Belt, going up against Tatsuo Naito, Mr. Fretch's favorite person, as he said, in the comments. What I read about this and when I watched the promo package and everything about this is that Naito and Sonata have a very, very big history with each other. They were part of the same tryout, although somebody didn't actually make the tryouts the first time around and was really ticked off about that. That being Naito. Naito also is the winner of this year's G1 Climax, so he automatically gets his title shot against Sonata. These guys have an avid history, but the also thing with Sonata is that even though he's the champion, even though he beat everybody's favorite NJPW star, Kazuchika Okada, not many people really like him. They say like he's great and all, but like but like as like a champion, they're like, I don't know. Like he's great in the ring, but like he doesn't what he does outside of the ring representing NJPW isn't what everybody's cup of tea is, or maybe he doesn't do enough, so on and so forth. It's a little bit ambiguous there. These guys are both recently former IWGP tag champions. They obviously lost it. Naito is still trying to get his moment in the sun at Wrestle Kingdom. We thought he had his moment a couple years ago. Then some guy named Kenta came back and kicked his face off, and his moment was ruined. So this is a class of people who are familiar with each other. Naito, a little bit more of a fan favorite. Sonata, kind of a polarizing, you're kind of boring type dude. Pretty much is what it is. So, Mr. YLP, this is the reason you're on the show. This is your expertise, obviously. Who do you have here and why?
Before I make my pick, and I have been mulling this over since Naito won the G1. That's how much I love these two guys. These were two guys who were in Los Ingobernables de Japón.
That is correct.
One of the dopest factions in the game, hands down, and you can't tell me different.
And Sonata's now with J5G, right?
Yeah, just five guys, and that's a weird funky click in and of itself. But
just the absolute greatest faction name ever. Just five guys.
Five guys.
What a WWE creative faction moment, right?
Yeah. When I first heard, that. Yeah, holy crap. Yeah. Oh man. But I mean, this is a story between two guys who are in LIJ and who have fought together, stood by each other, winning big matches. I mean, Sonata in his own right was always like that mid-card dude. And a lot of people, and like you said, Ricky, were not big on like Sonata being the guy. I've seen that so many times. Now, to me, Sonata could be the guy. I could really see that happening with Sonata. This is a story that was 18 years of destiny from the beginning. And to see this actually taking place, to see Sonata and Naito as the main event, gives me a lot of joy. Seeing two guys that used to be in LIJ, Sonata now like pretty much says goodbye to LIJ and starts J5G. And now these two are coming to a head. You give me Naito though, because, and for one reason and one reason only, he will have his moment in the sun, as he said it in the promo. He wants to defend the championship at Mazda Stadium. To him, that would be his moment in the sun.
Okay, so before you continue with that, I know you're picking Naito. What is the significance of Mazda Stadium for him?
Now I haven't really delved deep into that personally, so I'm not gonna try to spit BS to y'all, but at least from what the viewpoint I see it is just like, I believe that either that's his hometown or that's like his the one place he's like really wanted to compete in.
Okay, so it's like an MJF wanted to compete at the Coliseum, I understand.
Kind of thing like that. It's kind of like sort of thing like that. And I don't get me wrong, like Sonata's a good champion. He's not a great champion. Naito to me is a great champion. And I think giving him this moment, this like whole championship match in and of itself, and the way they've built it up to get to this point, and this was even before he won the G1, it just worked. It just everything was leading to Sonata Naito. But I'm taking Naito to take the championship and hopefully not do what he used to do with the Intercontinental Championship and throw it up in the air and let it fall to the ground.
Yeah, so my whole thing is, Sonata, you can't have a boring champion with a new president. You're going to go with Naito. I think the call is Naito here. Will Tarashak, I know you don't know any of these guys, although I think we both saw Naito at the G1 Climax at MSG, but who do you got?
I got Sonata because
Why not, right?
he has a title. He retains.
Yeah.
Why not, right? No, I
Does he
get
keep
it.
it or does he drop it? Fuck it, he keeps it.
That works out. That works out perfect. All right, let's move on to one of the biggest matches, one of the biggest rematches in modern pro wrestling history. Kazuchika Okada versus Bryan Danielson, known as Daniel Bryan for some people. Seen here with both eyes, although he will not be wrestling with both eyes. He still wears that freaking stupid eye patch. But it's part of the story here. As you guys first know, Okada and Danielson faced off at AEW's Forbidden Door in Toronto, where Mr. Fretz was at. Danielson, Bryan Danielson, made Okada tap out for the first time in over 7 years. Okay. In that same match, Bryan Danielson broke his arm and continued to wrestle for 10 more minutes. They then had a follow-up match, a tag team match on AEW TV, where, due to a rainmaker, Bryan Danielson got his orbital bone broken by Okada.
As it happens.
Yes, hence the eye patch. Yeah, hence
going for chest,
hence the eye patch. Now, Bryan Danielson already has one victory over Okada. This has been a big thing for Bryan Danielson he's ever wanted to do. He said, along with main eventing WrestleMania, he's always wanted to do Wrestle Kingdom and the Tokyo Dome. He's always wanted to face Okada. He has the win over Okada. Okada essentially is trying to get a lick back here. The other thing to consider is, number one, Okada is a free agent with, as we said, aspirations to maybe go overseas. But Okada has also said, I don't know if Okada has said this, but I know Danielson has also said this, but I believe neither of these guys will be full-time performers in the near future. They're getting a little bit up in age. Okada himself is an attraction, but I do not foresee these guys, especially Bryan Danielson, being full-time performers within 2 years at all. These will be part-time attraction guys, so be happy
Okada might be full-time. Danielson, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, be happy that we're gonna get this now, because it may never happen again. So the big question, Will Tarashak, because I know you know both of these guys, and we've seen both of these guys. Who do you have, Bryan Danielson or Kazuchika Okada?
Dude, you gotta give it to Okada.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dude, it's his house, it's his company. Bryan Danielson is technically an outsider, and if you want Okada to stay, you don't lose. What do you mean, crazy? Then again, if you know he's leaving, fuck him. Pin him clean.
Listen,
3 minutes.
Listen, we also have to remember Okada put over Bronson Reed.
That's true.
You know, so he's
let's not get that.
You didn't tell me that.
That's a thing.
Yeah, Bronson Reed got fired from WWE. He went over to Japan. Okada put him over. Was just like, whoa. Everybody was like, what?
Yeah. Everybody woke up real quick once that happened. They were like, wait, that happened.
And then Triple H, resigned him. He was like,
not too long after.
Hold on a second, pal. You need to come back. So, yeah, I think you. Listen, I think the money here is Okada gets it. Okada gets this back. You get 1-1. You got to have a tiebreaker. You're doing a trilogy here. This has to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
I think the trilogy.
I
think that
definitely.
I think the trilogy finishes 6 months from now at All in Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, probably.
I think you have to. You got to get it while the iron's hot. They put on a classic at Forbidden Door. It's a great match. You can do 2 out of 3 at Wembley, and I think Taylor Roofoff. Have that be the special main. I think so. Who do you got here, Mr. YLP?
Because it's definitely Okada. It's 100% Okada. And for a bit of time, I had Danielson taking it, but I think now with Tanahashi being president and all that good stuff, I think this is a chance for Okada just to get a dub, and this is going to be an absolute banger from bell to bell, and I'm just here for it. I don't even care. It's one of those matches where I don't care who wins. I just want to see them go at it.
Yeah, this is clearly
that's how I feel.
This is a both these guys match. Both these guys.
Tokyo Dome, full crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you sold me with that.
Yeah.
Just that match alone, you didn't need to give me anything else besides Sonata and Naito for the title. This match alone is what you want to watch.
Yeah, this is the match before the match before the main event. Like, this booking is wild.
Yeah, they Gato be tripping.
This booking is absolutely wild. Moving on to this match, it's a triple threat match for, wait for it, Will, the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship.
Here to explain, Ricky, how this went down?
Yes, Alex, let me explain it to you guys right now. So this is they are merging two belts. So remember a couple years ago, the IWGP came out with the United States Championship, a very fine looking belt, by the way.
Love that belt.
Very beautiful looking belt. It was held by the likes of Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, and then Kenny Omega lost that Forbidden Door to Will Ospreay, who quickly got the United States title and then said, you know what? I'm gonna soft rebrand this and call it the United Kingdom Championship. Okay, and now he's walking around with the same belt with two different flags on it. He's running around. He has some unfinished business with Moxley, and then out of nowhere, David Finlay of the Bullet Club, yes, Finlay. Okay,
Finlay,
yeah, David Finlay or Finley, because it's kind of the same lineage. Interrupts, attacks Will Ospreay, and takes a sledgehammer to both belts. Okay, literally beats these belts down because David Finlay wants to just see the world burn. And so the booker said, you know what? We're going to put the IWGP US and UK titles, kind of do this merger and create the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. And this is the inaugural match to deem who the winner is. That is the story of this match. The idea of the press release from New Japan is said, although the IWGP Heavyweight Championship is what people come to Japan for, the Global Heavyweight Championship will be defended around the world and represent New Japan everywhere they go.
I'm sure it will.
so it's an
good luck with that.
It's an okay. Yeah, it's okay looking belt. Mind you, folks, AEW has a working partnership with New Japan. Will Ospreay is going to sign officially with AEW once his contract was up in New Japan in February.
And still do New Japan days.
He's going to be at AEW full time. His contract's up in New Japan in February. Finlay, obviously, a part already of Bullet Club and full time in New Japan. Jon Moxley does whatever the hell Jon Moxley wants to do. This is a triple threat. It's a freaking toss up for me. For me, I will say, I would be shocked, absolutely shocked if David Finlay wins this title. I would be shocked. Although it sets up for, because the story is between Moxley and Ospreay. However, I'm going to go with the safe bet. I think Ospreay, since he's going over to AEW, and since they want to keep that working relationship, he shows up as the New Japan Global Heavyweight Champion, the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. Who do you got, Mr. Wild P?
Before I even make my pick, there's just two things that are just messing with me right now. Bullet Club's just gotten weird as of late, haven't they?
Bullet Club's been weird.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's been weird, but it's like with David Finlay at the helm of it, for some reason for me, it's just gone a little bit downward for some reason.
I'll ruin it for you right now, and I'm gonna piss off a lot of people. I don't care. The Elite ruined the Bullet Club.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
The Elite.
That's a hot take.
The Elite ruined the Bullet Club. Go ahead, Mr. Wild.
You're not wrong either. That's the sad part. And the second bit, when the fuck is Moxley going to take a vacation? Seriously, can the man just?
He had to go to rehab to take a vacation.
That doesn't count. But besides those two bits, I'm going with Ospreay as well. He's going over to AEW and the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. I don't understand all the adjectives. It's just weird nonsense. But hey, that's again New Japan booking for you. So, but yeah, I mean, I would love to see Moxley win it just for the memes. But Ospreay, I think it just makes sense to have Ospreay going over to AEW, defending it like around North America and whatnot. And yeah, you give me Ospreay, but I hopefully Finley can actually do work in this match. I already know what Ospreay can do. I know what Moxley can do. I've seen a bit of what David Finley can do.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a big match for Finley. Let's not leave this man like he's the third freaking wheel of this whole entire thing. He took a sledgehammer to the IWGP United States Championship, UK, whatever you want to call it, a prestigious belt at times. But this is David Finley's, like, mind you, this is Wrestle Kingdom. This is probably going to be like third to last. More than likely.
It is third. It is second to last. No, it's third to last. It's the 8th out of 10.
It's 7. Okay.
It's 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay, 8 out of 10. Yeah. Okay, 8 out of 10. Okay, yeah. Then you got to show up and show out, Finley. This is your match to, like, really. You're not winning this by any means. No, you take the pin if you'd like. But as far as it goes, Finley's got to show up and show out in this match.
Yeah. Because
if he doesn't, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna say something.
Yeah. Well, who do you got? Do you got Ospreay or Mox? Because I know you know nothing about David Finley.
I'll give it a Will Ospreay.
Yeah, it makes sense for Ospreay.
It makes all the sense in the world.
What confuses me?
Please give Moxley a vacation.
Maybe, who knows? What confuses me is that
please
AEW and New Japan just love their titles. So currently, as I'm thinking about it right now, and you might keep tally on this, and I'm going to rattle off all of the New Japan titles that I'm aware of in no particular order. You have the IW.
I got you if you need.
You have the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. You're getting the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. The Intercontinental Championship is no more. Am I correct with that? Okay, so
okay.
Yeah,
they retired that.
You have the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champions. You have the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Championship. You have the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. You have the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Championship. You have the Never Openweight Championship. I know it's never, but it's still part of New Japan. Am I missing any? I've lost it. There's got to be one
Never
more.
Open.
Oh yes, my fault.
It's
the IWGP Women's Heavyweight Championship.
Correct. There's also the Never Openweight Trios Tag Team Championships.
Fucking Christ! Yes, that's right, trios.
Yes, that's a thing. Yeah, let me see. Global Heavyweight. Yeah, because when the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship became a thing, it was the IWGP Heavyweight title and the Intercontinental. They just merged it together and was just like, here, Coda, thank you.
Yes,
type of thing. So
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's how that happened.
I need to do a list about who has more championships. Because AEW's getting there. I
think AEW's got them, but I'm trying to think. Hold on. Yeah, heavyweight, both junior heavyweight.
It's got to be all of them. Yeah,
I think you're good.
Yeah,
I think you're good.
That's just a lot of freaking titles, man. Anywho.
Yeah, wait, do they have they don't have strong openweight tag team titles yet, do they?
You would know more than I would. So.
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah, they do have the strong openweight tag titles.
Oh my god. All right, whatever. I do like the openweight concept. That's me. All right, moving on.
It makes sense.
Another match here. Speaking of championships, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship features the 93rd champion of this iteration of the belt, Hiromu Takahashi versus El Desperado. The one thing here that you have to really keep in mind is that this is a literal clash of styles in look and in the ring. These guys know each other for a very long time. I believe they used to tag with each other. Correct me. They used to tag with each other.
Yes.
The crazy part about this is they have a crazy mutual respect for each other. So there's no real rivalry here. It's just like, hey, we want to fight. We go great in the ring together. Let's just fucking fight. You have Takahashi, who's a little bit more out there, flamboyant in his nature. You have Desperado, who literally just likes to do death matches. It's his thing now. He just wanted to do a death match circuit. So Desperado's a little bit more serious, a little bit more laid back. Well, like he's kind of a Moxley type character. This is their first fight in 18 months, our first singles match together in over 18 months. It's a pretty storied rivalry in the junior heavyweight spot. Takahashi wants the main event next year. Wrestle Kingdom. He's mentioned that it's probably not happening. I know I saw that face, Zach. So this is just a toss-up. What do you like better? Do you like the strong, serious style that Desperado's going to give you, or do you like Takahashi's flamboyant, all over the place, wild attitude? Mr. YLP, who do you favor in this matchup?
I love both these guys. I really do. I more so Takahashi than I would Desperado, because Desperado's actually had to grow on me. But I think personally, this is El Desperado's time to become junior heavyweight champion. this rivalry has just been so good. Their styles really mesh well with each other in the matches that they had over the years. And this rivalry has just grown to at such a level that it deserves to be high up on the Wrestle Kingdom card. And I'm just here to see it. I'm here to see both sides, but I think it's Desperado's night. Technically, kind of tomorrow, whatever time you're gonna watch this. But yeah, I'm siding. I'm gonna ride with. I think Takahashi as a champion has been fantastic, but I would on the big stage. I mean, did we forget the Desperado? Desperado was actually in a death match. We actually saw the man's face for the first time.
Wasn't that by accident?
It was ripping the mask open and everything, and then we saw his face. And then I thought I met God for 2 seconds because I thought I was going to die with the look that he had on his face. Like, oh, you're going to hit me? Watch this. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a good match. I think this is going to be my dark horse for match of the night, personally. Yeah. But give me Desperado to become the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, I myself am favoring Desperado on this one as well. I think it's just because I really like the mask. I'm not going to lie to you.
The mask is sick.
I'm picking on the mask.
Yeah, very pretty.
It's a dope mask, man. Even the promo they had, like the last little bit, because I remember we were talking about the videos on YouTube, and the last bit between these two, and this is why I'm just here for this match. Takahashi said, "Let's have fun," and you just see serious Desperado look like, "Oh, we'll have fun." That's all I needed to know about how good this match is going to be between these two. And with the junior heavyweight title on the line that they put on every single time, man, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
the junior heavyweights are everything you want to see that in North American wrestling that some may have missed. I'm just going to pull it like
that. So, well, I'm assuming you're going with Desperado just based on mask alone.
No, Takahashi, he's got it. Look at him. He's gorgeous.
He does have great hair.
Great hair, great look, great. He is a damn good junior heavyweight.
Yeah.
In New Japan, and they are blessed to have him.
Yeah, so 2 more matches to go here. Here's the next match, the Never Openweight Championship. So for those of you who do not know, openweight means, since New Japan does do weight classes, per se, openweight means anybody can fight for this title no matter your weight, because weights matter in New Japan, probably more so than any other professional wrestling organization. So Absolutely. Weights matter. So Never Openweight is people from any sort of weight class can fight for its championship, which sometimes can be argued as maybe the truest of all champions in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So you have Takagi Shingo defending his title against Tama Tonga, former Bullet Club member Tama Tonga, but he was smart enough to leave or get kicked out because you don't leave a Bullet Club.
Depending on who you ask.
You don't leave the Bullet Club, you get kicked out. Shingo Takagi is the 41st Never Openweight champion. These guys are both 3-time Never Openweight champions. They also are both 41 years old. Shingo got the championship by beating Tama Tonga in Vegas. That's how it occurred. Shingo wanted to have a whole list of people he wanted to defend his title against until Tama Tonga was like, no, F that. I want my rematch and I'm going to do it at Wrestle Kingdom. And Shingo's like, okay, let's do it. So that's how this match came to be. This is
again, people, New Japan booking towards Wrestle Kingdom. It's just it gets wild.
It's to the point, and that's what I kind of like about it. So that's the story of the match. Tonga wanted a rematch to get his title back. Shingo said, all right. That is the booking.
I guess so.
Yes. Will, who do you have here? Just on that story alone.
Dude, Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga's got it.
Tama Tonga's it's one of those things. Tama Tonga should be in the States by now, but he's not. And that's, he's got everything you need, but he's just not. And whatever, that's fine. It's not like he doesn't have the connects.
I mean, he's thrown Ring of Honor titles against the wall. So
yeah,
let's not forget that.
That could also be an issue as well. Mr. YLP, who do you have here?
I mean, I love me some Tama Tonga, but I'm going with Shingo to defend and retain. The Never Openweight Championship is my favorite belt in New Japan. The design, it looking good.
It is a pretty looking belt.
It is a fantastic belt. Top 5 for me right now, period. I mean, Tama Tonga and Shingo Takagi, this is going to be a good match. And if you're going to be watching it, if you do get it on NJPW World, or if you just stream for free like some people that I know, but hey, we're not going to talk about that. you're gonna get a good match out of this.
I have no
Open
shame
with
in
championship
streaming
there,
it.
but enjoy it how you will. But I'm going with Shingo. I think Shingo retains here and says F your couch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tama Tonga because this is F your couch. I'm gonna go with Tama Tonga here. I think this is a story that's just gonna keep on going and going, just because Tama Tonga's not going anywhere. To be completely honest with you, he's not going anywhere at all. So moving on to the other title that we totally forgot about, Mr. YLP, because we have to add the NJPW World Television Championship to that
the
list.
one I don't count.
Yeah, it's a very weird looking boxy belt as well.
It's a very weird. It looks like a
Ew,
Yeah, yeah.
It's just-
it's
dude,
a weird
like,
looking belt, dude.
I get the concept behind the championship itself. It makes sense. Old WCW vibes just enter my body when I see, I think of World Television Championships because that's the only one I actually recognize.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a weird looking belt.
Yeah, so you have the newly announced president Hiroshi Tanahashi of NJPW challenging Zack Sabre Jr., who Will and I got to see at an Evolve event way back when. Very nice guy, because I think we took a picture with him, right, Will? Or at least I did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did too.
CSJ. He was really nice. I liked him a lot. So here's the thing. The New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television Championship has only been won by one person only, and that's Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. is the inaugural World TV Champion, and he's never lost it. He has had 16 successful title defenses. He is the winningest champion in modern New Japan Pro Wrestling history. He's going up.
Crazy to think about.
He's going up against not only the ace of NJPW, but the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I wonder who's going to win, guys.
So here's the thing. Most championship...
No way.
Most championship matches have 60-minute time limits usually. However, I think this is the second match on the card, I believe. The second official match, not
as well it should be.
This match is a 15-minute sprint. Okay. And if anybody's seen a Zack Sabre Jr. match, he works really slow.
Some would say boring.
Yeah.
Some would say very tedious.
Yeah. He works extremely slow. So, with that in mind, and Tanahashi can do whatever he wants, with that in mind, it's going to be interesting how this goes. Because I think this is also the reason they're not giving it a 60-minute time limit, because they're like, God, please don't. They're like, get this over with.
You better not, you bastard.
Yeah.
Who said 60?
Yeah.
You're out of your mind. You're fired.
Yeah, 15 minutes. It screams that Tanahashi should beat him. Like 16 reigns. He has more title defenses than Okada on his best run with the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, which I believe he did 9.
Also facts.
Sabre's proved his point. And I'm going to go with the semi-obvious point here. You have a new president. He's going to control everything in New Japan, including, I don't know, television. It would make sense that he would become the TV champion in this iteration. It'd be an interesting dynamic to have your president, also your television champion. Will, are you also going with Tanahashi on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tanahashi on this one. That seems like a little bit of a yeah. You better believe it. Guy needs to make a first impression. You don't fuck with the boss.
He should beat him and then fire him like right after.
That would aim. Oh my god!
Listen,
that would
heel
be
Tanahashi. Give him a heel Tanahashi president run. Screw it.
This is not a
Tanahashi will never be a heel in his life.
That's the best part about it. That's the best part.
It's
about
not believable. That's why.
He is way too nice of a person. I'll give him that.
He's too happy for himself.
He's a very nice guy.
I mean, just like out of the fact that Zack Sabre Jr. actually challenged Hiroshi Tanahashi for this match for the championship,
also
like, literally called him out.
Dumb move, but whatever.
Very dumb move. Like there's many things in life you don't think is really messed up. This is a really messed up move.
Yeah.
by ZSJ1. But yeah, I'm going with Tanahashi too. Not only for like the memes, not only for just the hilarity, social media is going to be with Wrestle Kingdom 18.
Yeah.
But just to see Tanahashi do a press conference with the with the NJPW World Television Championship at the same podium as he is talking, just for me, I think this gives me all the vibes in the world to pick Tanahashi for this match.
Tanahashi all the way with that one. And ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude.
Go Ace and T.
Yeah. Yeah. That concludes our Wrestle Kingdom little preview. Again, Wrestle Kingdom is going to be happening in literally just a couple of hours after we are done with this recording. Find it wherever you can. You can do New Japan Pro World, or you can find the stream illegally probably as well. And watch live if you decide to stay up. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, watch wrestling whatever. There's like 700 sites of the same freaking thing. Anywho,
do it. It's good. Yeah. It's good for your mind, body, and soul.
And your wallet.
Watch wrestling.ak.
Yeah. Or
it'll be CH tomorrow. It's AK right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's listen, it changes all the time. It works out for everybody.
Oh my God.
So with that being said, with all the things that we previewed with Wrestle Kingdom, again, the second biggest event next to WrestleMania itself.
I mean, it's not all out.
I mean, like, think about it like this way.
I think it's all in. I think it's all in. I think you got it wrong. It's
whatever.
In the end. It's the innie, not the outie.
Ricky, just think of it.
Yeah.
It's the innie, not the outie.
Outie. What the? I will just say this though, for fun and everything. It's like we got like Wrestle Kingdom, and then in 3 weeks we got Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah,
it's a great time.
I love, and on top of that, 2 days after Rumble is my birthday, so it just makes my birth month that much better.
Very true. So with that being said, almost birthday, man. How good do you think this pay-per-view is going to be? Do you give it 1 being the worst or 10 being like the best thing? In crowns, by the way.
In crowns, we're talking about me. Okay,
yeah.
Look. How good is this card gonna be?
How good do you think the pay-per-view is gonna be? Like execution-wise, like we already know what the card is on paper. This looks like a really great card.
I know the execution-wise with Wrestle Kingdom, they don't miss. It's very hard, just like as long as I've been watching New Japan, to say that there has ever been a bad Wrestle Kingdom. I can't for the life of me do it. But there are going to be some matches on the card that are not always going to catch with everything. But with that being said, I'm going with a solid. If we're doing, you said 1 out of 10.
What's up?
Yes.
Yeah, 1 out of 10. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going with a solid 8. Wrestle Kingdom does not miss for me. The spectacle of it, the commentary, whether it's going to be Japanese for you or English if you're going to listen to it. I will always say Wrestle Kingdom is good for the mind, body, and soul. It is just an experience, whether you're going to be there in Tokyo Dome or you're just going to be watching it at the crib like myself. Yeah, I'm giving it a solid 8. I know what they're capable of, and I know what they're going to do. With the matches they have on the card, this is definitely a can't miss show for anybody who's going to get into it. And if this is your first Wrestle Kingdom, this is not a bad one to actually check out.
Yeah, I agree. Will Tersh.
That's just me.
Will Tersh, what do you got for this?
Well, guys, knowing you guys know me, I have all the inside scoops. I heard a 1. Perfect. I'm gonna give this a perfect 10 because the inside scoop is Ty Dillinger showing up.
He is a free agent. He is a free agent. He has left AEW.
He is a free agent? Oh,
he left. His
cool.
contract is up.
Yeah, I heard he left AEW. Sean Spears is like, wow, this company sucks.
So is Andre.
Dude, he actually left. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a free agent. Andrade's gone.
Andrade
if he shows up at Wrestle Kingdom, that would actually be.
Andrade is one out.
Yeah,
Andrade's gone.
Andrade's already gone.
Andrade's gone. Yeah.
Andrade shows up at Wrestle Kingdom too. Hell, oh man, that'd be crazy.
Good for him.
He's going to WWE though. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Their show's probably been great. I'll go with Fretz and Mr. YLP here and give it an 8.
Yeah, for me with Wrestle Kingdom, again, this is the second biggest event. The only thing that beats it is WrestleMania. The quality, like Mr. YLP said, there you won't see anything better. They're consistently one of the best shows of the year. Every year, this card in particular seems a little less flash and more technical with everybody involved in this, which will put on a great show for the pure pro wrestling fan. And you're still going to get that Tokyo Dome spectacle. So for me, I'm going to go high here. I'm going to give it a 9.
I respect that.
I'm going to give it a 9.
I want to give it higher. Don't get it twisted, but I want to save that for what else is on the card. I mean, you have the junior tag team championship match that could go either way for some. With a catch 2-2 with Francisco Akira and TJP.
Yeah, that's right. Well, TJP is opening
Biggest
Wrestle Kingdom.
douchebag.
Dude, I saw that. I'm like, that can't be.
He's opening Wrestle
That can't be
Kingdom,
like Game Blast TJ Perkins.
Yes, it is TJ Perkins. Yes.
Yeah,
It's him.
like it's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
My God.
yep. I want to give it higher, and I mean, of course, you got the battle royal that's going to be on the pre-show, in which the last 4 men in that what they call a Rambo or battle royal is basically going to fight for the King of Pro Wrestling trophy.
That's true. Yes.
2024 version. It's a very weird that trophy is like not considered a championship by any means, but it is something that they actually defend the entire calendar year going into next Wrestle Kingdom, which is absolutely. But there's a new champion every single year, which is the cool part about it. They've only been doing it for a few years, but I watch it just for my amusement to see who shows up.
That's true.
Somebody random might.
They do
up.
have random Rumble people showing up.
It's a weird. Like that one's just for like the people who are really gonna watch the pre-show. Everything else you can watch on your own leisure.
The only thing that I will miss from this is I don't know who the American announcer is, but what made Wrestle Kingdom.
You mean it's not Kevin Kelly?
No, he left.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, he won. I think he.
I don't know what
he wanted to be back with his family.
Thought about
that's fair.
Yeah,
I understand.
Hold on. I mean, you can check it real quick to see if he probably will be doing Wrestle Kingdom. If he isn't, that would be a very shocking.
As long as it's not JR.
Yeah.
It's not
what made it great for me watching Wrestle Kingdom, one is obviously the American translation of it and the American announcing of it, obviously, because I don't know a lick of Japanese whatsoever. But Kevin Kelly, even though he didn't get. He probably needed a longer run in WWE because he was kind of the Byron Saxton of his era.
Yeah, he was the Byron Saxton of his era. That's a great way of looking at it.
Yeah,
I actually agree.
He was very much the Byron Saxton of his era, but Kevin Kelly is a phenomenal announcer. He sets the scene perfectly. I wouldn't have been able to get through Wrestle Kingdom shows without Kevin Kelly meticulously describing what everything means. He was absolutely fantastic on it. So
Kevin Kelly and Wrestle Kingdom just like went together like Mauro Ranallo did in NXT.
I think he's one of the key reasons for a lot of their for the American audience is Kevin Kelly.
Yep, 100%.
100%. It's Kevin Kelly.
And then you got Rocky Romero doing freaking commentary. He's probably going to be commentary this year. Why not? Because it works.
Yeah.
Kelly if Kevin Kelly's not there for Wrestle Kingdom, I'll be very upset.
Yeah, according to Fretz, he will not be doing Wrestle Kingdom, which is fine. Let him take a break. He deserves it.
Tight.
Oh, wow. Well, we can relax a little bit because, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the first episode of Kings of the Rings podcast of 2024. I want to obviously personally thank Mr. YLP of the Young Lions Perspective podcast for making his inaugural run on the show. Obviously, you're welcome back anytime you want. But first and foremost, we're going to give the floor to you really quickly. Where can they find you? Promote your stuff. The floor is yours.
Okay, before I get into my stuff, Wrestle Kingdom is for the children. Just enjoy Wrestle Kingdom. I hope every single one of you do as much as you want to, whether it be free or you actually pay for NGPW World like I did. Getting that out of the way.
Give me your password.
On Twitter, you can find... I'll talk after. I'll text you. I got you, fam.
Text me.
I got you. No, seriously. If even both of you, if you both want to watch it, I think it's just for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, not my password, but you get the point.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand.
I'll put it on Twitter.
Why do I feel like Fretz is probably going to just be like, "Yo, give me that too"? I'm like, no.
Fretz is going to watch it no matter what.
Fretz is going to watch it no matter what, and that's great. But you can find me over on Twitter at YL Perspective, over on Instagram at young_lions_perspective. All the podcasting, if you can just find it, squad. I mean, yeah, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, and of course that good old.
Yo, Stitcher doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, RIP.
That's a shame. And
Stitcher got shut down a few months ago.
RIP to Stitcher. I will still say it in my podcast because Stitcher is part of the reason I'm where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss Stitcher. It was the best
Stitcher.
app. I miss it so much.
Great stuff.
Google Podcasts getting shut down in a few months too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, April. That's crazy to me. Where's my podcast going to go now?
Amazon,
Spotify, baby.
Spotify, Amazon Music.
Yeah,
there's a whole bunch of
definitely.
Spotify's dope. Spotify did a really good job with their
Amazon
podcast.
Music was just
their
it's
organization.
Just awesome
they upped it a little bit.
You can add trailers. You can do a lot of crazy stuff with Spotify now.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But those are the two main ones over there at Twitter at YL Perspective and over on Instagram at young_lions_perspective.
Awesome. Well, Tarasok, you ready to get us out of here?
So many perspectives.
So many perspectives.
Yeah, I got you.
Let's do this.
Why not?
Ironically, Mr. Fred said iHeartRadio still exists, so that's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to the Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 364, Thy Kingdom Come. I have been your host, King Ricky Rose, and Will, you'll be happy. You can actually find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets. That's not hyperbole. Will, I am back. I'm still not going.
Yeah, I saw.
I'm still not going to front
I saw you changed your Facebook profile picture
Yeah.
like a ninja or something.
It's not a ninja. There's a reason for it. A lot of that will be revealed tomorrow. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. And most importantly, make sure you give us a vote for Best Wrestling Podcast, sponsored by the Sports Podcast Awards. We are a finalist. The link to vote for us is in the first link below in the description. We are a part of Wrestle Addict Radio, as well as Mr. YLP, Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the Common Wrestling Podcast Network now, because we are a podcast network. You can find Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter, because I refuse to call it X, and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. The links to all of that, including some of our fantastic merch, is in the description below. Will Tarashok.
Yeah, X is okay. It's a stupid name. It's just a letter. What a letter ever do to you? Give you a paper cut? Come on.
Well, real quick. The story is that was going to be the original website for PayPal.
Yes, I did know that.
And yeah, and he wouldn't. Yeah, he was on the board because PayPal's Elon.
And the other board members were like,
"You're an idiot."
No.
Yeah, and he wouldn't.
Do you know the first thing about marketing?
And he wouldn't back down, and so they fired him off the board.
Wow.
And PayPal is dope, though.
Yeah.
So thank you, Elon, for PayPal.
Yeah.
But idiot.
Fucking...
Yeah, I'm Will Tarashuk. T.S. and Thomas, ARASH UK. You can find me right here. King's Wings Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Yeah. YLP, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. So
thank you for having me. Fantastic journey.
Yes, fantastic long journey, just as I thought it was. So when we come back next week, we are going to talk about all the fallout from Wrestle Kingdom. Probably not, because Mr. YLP probably will not be here.
Who said?
Who knows? Who knows? The Rock might show up somewhere in the ether. Roman might do a response. Kevin Dunn might show up on TNA. Naomi might show up on WWE. There's a lot of things open in the world of 2024, but the only thing that's closed is the acceptance of Slack on this podcast, because fuck you, Slack. Goodbye, good night,
Slack.
And we'll see you next week.
Not me, I'm in Vegas next week.
Oh, you are in Vegas?
Yeah. CES.
Oh yeah, you're the electronics convention, right?
Yeah, CES. Consumer Electronics Symposium, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, no, that's
It
a great. That's
There's
a
like
great fucking convention.
120,000 people are going to be there.
Speaking of Elon, say goodbye to the Hyperloop for me, because that got shut down.
Did it really?
Yeah.
The one in Vegas?
Not the one in the convention center, like the one that he's trying to build around Vegas. I believe that got shut down.
Yeah, it's probably really difficult to do.
Yeah, so welcome to the post show, and I guess you're staying with us, Mr. YLP, since it's only like 8 o'clock there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I will say this: like, it is quite nice to live in Colorado and have that 2-hour time difference. But so yeah, like even football, 11 a.m. games.
Dude, 11 a.m. Sunday football games sound amazing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wait, dude, even the morning games were like what 7:30 for me.
That's a little too early for me. That's a little too early.
I wake up like almost every morning at like 6. So what do you want from me?
I'm
not me.
I'm a morning person by heart.
Oh, you're a better person.
If I get enough sleep, I like to beat the sunrise. Sometimes it happens, man.
You're a much better person than I am, because I'm gonna be up a little bit tonight. I'm gonna be up a little bit tonight because I'm gonna do some editing. I might do Tip of the Crowns next video. With all of these tweets that you see here. The best and or worst of Twitter and all of that. So yeah, welcome to the post show. This is where I can kind of like shoot the shit and everything. But I
can say more curse words.
Yeah, kind of. We're still streaming live, but
Fair enough.
what we can do actually, since this is your first time, we haven't done it in a while, and Will's also hasn't been here in a while either.
Oh, we're playing Am I the Asshole?
Yeah, we can play Am I the Asshole.
Yeah, baby. I was thinking about this afternoon.
Go to the
Oh boy.
go into the dirty world of Reddit and figuring out what people's real problems are. Am I the Asshole never disappoints me, I'm not gonna lie.
Reddit is just a very big thorn in my side, and I can't.
It's the last bastion of the real internet.
That's true. It's a sad
truth. Although you guys did give me an idea, or I gave myself an idea with the hot take of the Elite ruin the Bullet Club. I have to iron that thought out, but I can do a video on that.
I mean, I'm really like I'm still mulling it over since you said it. I'm just like,
oh no, the Elite ruined the Bullet Club.
Dude, you might be right. It's like it's crazy to think about because, I gotta mull that one over.
Oh, okay. I found two great ones. I think and listen, I only choose these based on title alone. So we're gonna have some fun, folks. So the first one I saw, which I think is absolutely fantastic, is this. It is, am I the asshole for creating a rule that when I host an event for the family, my sister's son is not allowed to come?
What'd he do?
What the
Give me a reason.
So I'm gonna read this. Okay, it's a pretty long one, so bear with me. It says, I treat my family to dinners out and other events fairly often. What's your job?
Influencer.
My sister Charlotte recently moved closer to me and our parents. Before then, I only saw her and my nephew Leo for holidays. I invited Charlotte on a family dinner out, and it was an absolute disaster because of Leo. Fucking Leos, man. You know, stars.
Fucking Leo,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Charlotte called me while she was driving to the restaurant. I could hear Leo yelling in the background. Charlotte asked Leo to wait a few minutes until she was done calling me, and then she would give Leo her phone. It must be a child. She wasn't doing anything to actually discipline Leo. My nephew's behavior was no better inside the restaurant. Leo was 8, and yet he was acting like some kind of 2-year-old. That happens. He was jumping up and
8-year-olds are children, dude. What do you mean?
He was jumping up and down the booths, yelling to get Charlotte's attention. He threw bread at another patron's service dog.
Oh
wow.
My dad took away the bread after Leo ignored the first warning, and Leo threw a tantrum. People were staring at us, and I would have been too. Leo's behavior was completely unacceptable. While all of this was happening, Charlotte just said things like, "Oh, Leo, you can play on my phone," and wasn't doing anything to actually discipline my nephew. While we were outside leaving, and Leo was with his grandparents out of earshot, I told Charlotte that this could never happen again. I told Charlotte that she needs to get Leo under control. Until she does, he is not welcome at any events in public that I host for the family. Charlotte said I was a horrible person for excluding a child, and to think about how I would have felt as an 8-year-old to know I wasn't welcome at family gatherings. If Charlotte doesn't want to hurt Leo's feelings, then she cannot mention the family events I host or actually do something to discipline Leo. Our parents understandably asked to not get involved in our disagreement. Friends are divided because some are saying Leo shouldn't even be in restaurants until Charlotte gets him under control, and others claim what I described Leo doing was normal kid behavior. Am I the asshole? Okay. First and foremost, you threw bread at a dog.
A service dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
That could have been a blind person. That could have been a seeing eye dog. An eye seeing dog.
Absolutely.
I see. So, I mean, there is
No, dude, your kids don't behave.
Yeah,
like you can't have that in
you
public.
have
You're not the asshole for that.
it's a part of child
Absolutely
rearing
not.
that you get them prepared for being out around other people.
Yeah.
You know, so I think she's definitely in the right here.
It's out 100%. There's no freaking way you're gonna see. I'm gonna watch you throw a freaking piece of bread at a dang dog and just be like, "You're still allowed to the cookout." Nope.
Yeah,
Not happening.
I would have
absolutely.
It's not like it was banned from the house.
Yeah.
Right. It was just banned from public.
Yeah,
Like your kid is not suitable to be in public.
She's correct.
Which I agree. I totally agree.
Like,
100%. You're out of your freaking mind if you're gonna if I'm gonna see you at the function.
yeah,
I will leave.
yeah. No matter how old you are, people need to know that there are consequences to actions, no matter how old you are.
Yeah, give it a few weeks.
Yeah.
Like, discipline your kid, teach him right and wrong. Like, yeah, he's still 8 years old, right? 8-year-olds fuck up.
Yeah.
And if this is a one-time thing, that's one thing. But it seems like this is a pattern.
Yeah, there needs to be natural consequences to any sort of behavior. And the mother say, if you do this, this is what's going to happen to you, and also have him being aware of it. It's
Oh, Leo, take my iPad.
yeah.
I don't want to parent.
Here's my
Why would I do that?
here's
Why
my
would something
PayPal
so
account.
bad?
Buy whatever you want.
Go on Steam and play the next game, like whatever.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Nah, yeah, you're definitely not the asshole for that. 100%.
Okay, here's another one which is pretty long, but I like this as well. And am I the asshole for kicking my daughter-in-law out on New Year's Eve, calling me mom?
No, daughter-in-law.
It said DIL, so I'm guessing that's daughter-in-law.
I'm gonna say off the bat, yeah. Like my mom, and that's just a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Like, this could be completely different between cultures. But my mom called her in-laws mom and dad.
You mean Jazz's in-laws?
My dad.
Oh, you mean your mother's in-laws?
My mother's in-laws,
Okay.
so her in-laws, so my dad's parents. Whereas my dad didn't call them anything. He didn't call them mom, dad, Mr. and Mrs. DeSantis, Mr. and Mrs. whatever, nothing. Just didn't call them anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, no, he might have called her Nana. Nana and Grandpa.
Interesting. Okay, so here's the story. I got another long one, but this should be interesting. It says I have my eldest son. Yeah, it's because he wrote it wrong. I have two. My eldest son and his wife is called Ed and Edna, and my youngest son and his wife is called. So she has two sons.
That sucks.
So she has one son is Ed, and he married an Edna, and her youngest son has Sam. My youngest son and his wife is called Sam and Cat. So you have Ed and Edna and Sam and Cat. Okay. Context: I have known Edna for her whole life. When she was 7, her mom got diagnosed with cancer, so I started to help out with raising her. Her and Edna were best friends, so it was easy. When she was 10, her mom passed away, so I took over all the duties of raising a daughter. She started to date my son in college, and they got married later on. I genuinely look at her as my daughter because I basically raised her. Her dad drank himself to death when she was 19. Jesus Christ. Like she would spend all the holidays, like school breaks, and go with us to holidays, etc. When they got married, they bought the house 4 houses down and have been living there ever since. Now Kat is very sweet. This is the other daughter-in-law. Kat is very sweet. She can cook well, and we bond in the kitchen, and we get along great. But I really don't like being called mom by her, and I don't know why, but I just don't. I don't like it when people or children call me auntie or nicknames, etc. I don't mind Edna calling me mom because I feel like I raised her and she earned that title. She earned that title for me. I have talked to her and my son many times about this. It makes me uncomfortable, and she says it shouldn't. That it is awkward for her to call me by my first name. This New Year's dinner, she made it a point to call me mom in every sentence, and I was annoyed.
Okay, come on.
I pulled her aside and told her to knock it off, and she said it's not fair, but Edna can call me mom, but she cannot. I told her that I raised Edna, so it makes sense. Edna has no family other than us, but you have a huge family with a mom that loves you very much. She said that she feels like I'm rejecting her from the family, and I told her if after all I have done for you, and this is the thing that makes you feel isolated, then you need help to be grateful. Wow. She said, yeah.
Wow.
She says, for context, among other things, I paid half of her college loans and helped her pay for the house they live in. Wow. Okay. She's... Yeah, hold on. It gets better. She said, "I'm a bitch, and Edna can be my favorite daughter-in-law, and it's creepy that I will babysit pups and not grandkids because she and Sam won't ever come back. I told her to get out and be a brat somewhere else. Sam got involved and dragged Kat away. Jesus Christ." Cat lives 6 hours away and I can't drive well, and they don't have a guest bed for me to stay the night. I pay 25% in childcare though. Edna and I have spa days once a month, a tradition since she was a teen. So when Cat comes, we all go for a spa trip, and I always pay. Sam sent me a text asking me to apologize because it's such a small thing, and that Cat is serious about her threat. I left him on red because I didn't think I needed to apologize. Even my grandchildren call me by my name. They rarely call me grandma. They like calling me by my name. Actually, Edna doesn't call me mom often. She does sometimes, but she always uses my name because she knows I'm comfortable with it. If Kat called me mom once I wouldn't mind. It's just every single sentence that directed me to end her calling me mom, and I feel so uncomfortable. Am I the asshole? I agree with the general verdict of this, which it was already labeled as everyone sucks, because I think everyone sucks in this.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, like if it genuinely bothers you and you don't want to be called something, and you let someone know,
Yeah.
like, hey, don't call me this, like I don't for this reason, you still do it. Yeah, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing something someone doesn't like you to do.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
On purpose, you're a fucking asshole.
Like, yeah, you're crossing that boundary. Like it's already been laid down. I'm not comfortable with it. You keep saying it. No.
So are you an asshole
not.
for kicking her out of New Year's Eve? Maybe a little bit. You kind of get over yourself. Like you don't like fucking get over it, dude. Who are you? Like it or not, I know you don't like in-laws, but bro, it's your family. Like in-laws are family. Sorry.
It counts.
Yeah.
It counts.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let me find one more because these are rich. What's one got a? This is kind of funny.
You saw something.
Yeah, this. I gotta do this one. It's really, really funny. Again, just everybody's spewing their souls. All right, here we go. This is gonna be the final one.
Jesus.
Am I the asshole for revoking my mother-in-law's babysitting rights because she put my son in a diaper?
Wait a minute.
I have so many questions.
There are many questions.
How old is his son?
Okay, so she says, me, 29 female, and my husband, 31 male, have a son who's 3 and male, and a baby girl on the way. As a baby, my son developed a severe allergy to diapers. He get awful rashes.
Oh yes, the answer is yes. You're an asshole. Yeah, you're a fucking asshole. You don't need to read anymore. That's it. You're an asshole.
He'd get awful rashes that took way too long to get better, and nothing we did helped much. Due to that, my husband and I decided to start potty training him a bit early, right before he was 18 months old. We talked to his pediatrician and relied on cloth diapers as much as we could. After a few months of that, he'd almost grown out of his allergy, but we kept going. Today, he's fully potty trained. He has some very rare accidents, but only when he tries to delay his bathroom trips for too long. When that happens, we wash him up and replace his underwear. My husband's mother was firmly against our decision to potty train our son early. She insisted.
What?
Yeah.
What?
My
He's shitting too young.
she insisted that it would lead to IBS and that he should wear diapers until he was at least 3. She tried to convince us to change our minds for months, but we held our ground. In early December, I had a doctor's appointment while my husband was at work, so I left our son with my mother-in-law for a couple of hours. Sometime later, she called me and said my son had a bathroom accident. He hadn't had one in months. I instructed her on how to proceed, as well as where to find the spare clothes I'd packed for him. I picked him up about an hour later. On our way home, he complained about being itchy. I didn't know why until I got him ready for bath time later that night. He was wearing a diaper. He didn't get any rashes, but the diaper was a couple of sizes too small. And he hadn't worn one in a long time, so I think that's where the itchiness came from. When I asked him about it, he confirmed that my mother-in-law had said he was still a baby and put him in a diaper. When my husband and I confronted her about it, she defended herself by saying his accident was clear proof we'd made a mistake by potty training him early, and he should go back to wearing diapers for the time being. At no point did she apologize. We decided she was forbidden from babysitting as well as spending time with our son unsupervised. She didn't think we were serious until we went to her place on Sunday. On Saturday, sorry. We had to go to the hospital, and rather than leaving our son with her, we took him with us. Now that she knows we're serious, she's calling us dramatic and ungrateful, as well as claiming we're alienating her from her grandchildren out of stubbornness. She maintains she was right about early potty training being a bad idea and was only trying to help us. I don't think we're in the wrong, but this does feel a bit dramatic. My brother-in-law, who was skeptical of our decision back in the day, thinks we're right to be angry, but it's still an overreaction to revoke her permission to babysit our son. Now, there are 2 edits here. Edit 1 says, I feel the need to point out the diaper was clean when I removed it. Also, my son will be 4 years old in February. Shout out February babies. I'm one too.
That's me.
Yeah. Edit number 2, mother-in-law is not our babysitting option. Not our only babysitting option. My mom and stepdad, my sister, my brother-in-law, and my best friend also babysit. So the question is, am I the asshole? I'm gonna say no.
It's a mother-in-law, right?
Yeah, mother-in-law, yeah.
And I'm assuming the husband's okay with it. So it's the mother's son is okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not an asshole. Not at all.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Fact of the matter is,
Like,
you're around the sun.
You put my kid in a dang diaper, and he even rocking with a diaper. Like, what?
First of all, where did she find the diaper? Did you just go out? Like, you can't.
That's a very.
Can't just,
there are so many questions that come with
you
this.
You can't just go out and buy one diaper. Like, where?
Can you?
Where did you can't? You
corner bodega store.
Maybe. Maybe that's where I might get breakfast tomorrow morning.
There you go.
But like,
shout out to all the corner bodega stores in New York.
Yeah, no, yeah. Shout out to my dude who knows when I walk and I want a hungry man. Anywho,
oh yeah,
yeah. Like, where did she find this one diaper? Was she just like hoarding these diapers, like just in case, or
she's probably
finally I'm waiting for this.
The perfect moment.
Strap in, buddy.
Drewsy's time to shine.
Somehow happens to leak himself. She was prime time grabbing that diaper.
Yeah, right.
2 sizes too small. Jeez.
It sounds just about right. Suck it in.
The adult version is Speedos.
Yeah, man.
And we know it's the truth.
Totally the asshole on this one. Oh my god. Once I saw put my mother-in-law in, put my son in diapers, I was like, yes.
And he's about to turn 4. Like, that's
she doesn't want
crazy.
to be potty. Like, I want my kid to be potty trained like when he's born. Put that kid on the fucking toilet.
I wear one. Why can't he wear one?
Like, diapers are so. You know what? I would have put the mother in diapers.
They're called the pens. They're called the pens. Yes.
Like, you fucking wear
them.
She's
probably upset that she was the only one within that family to have a diaper on. So why couldn't he?
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, she wants to feel like needed. Oh, that's a great one. I don't want to do that one now, but I'll read that one later. This one says, am I the asshole for quote ruining Christmas and being upset the only gifts I got from my family were quote joke gifts? Can you imagine getting gag gifts from your entire family?
That's the gag.
I kind of
Rick, you didn't end the show with "fuck you, Slack." By the way,
yes, I did. Well, I said fuck you, Slack, and then I said goodbye, good night. So I kind of switched it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep, it's there.
It's there. Oh man.
Always and forever.
Mm-hmm. This is the 2023 was the first year that we did not have Slack on.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
364.
Yeah, I thought it was 363, but I switched it to 364 earlier today because I was like, oh, that's wrong.
I'm not letting y'all catch up to me. Not happening.
What were you on when you last did a show?
378.
Getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
We also took periodic breaks in between too.
I took months.
Listen, you needed, and you did your Young Lions journey, I believe.
Still am.
Which is great. Great
Slowly
stuff.
but surely, season 2 of Young Lions journey. I took a year off, like 11 months off from doing that.
Well, you had to do.
Got to the point where it was just like I knew that what I was speaking was legit, and then it just like crept up on me, and I was not prepared for it.
It happens. You did what
And
you had to do. I'm glad. I guess you and the missus are good. Apparently, she bakes, which is awesome.
she's a good baker. 100%. And chocolate
Jazz is
covered
also a
cookies
really
are
good baker.
word baking. I can't do it, but I'll sure as hell eat it.
Fair enough.
100%.
I'd rather grill stuff.
I'm not mad at you
I'd
because grilling is fun.
rather grill
Cooking
stuff.
is just like therapy to me for some reason. Like anytime I'm cooking, regardless of what I'm cooking,
Dude,
it just makes me
cooking's
like I'm feeling good.
fantastic.
Yes.
Cooking is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So no, I'm happy to see all things are doing really well for you. So
Yeah, I mean, and even coming with like YLP podcast, and just like thinking about it, like, yeah, I wanted to come back in October, like getting ready for Survivor Series, but I'm like, not prepared for that. I'll keep my eye on it as much as I could, and for some reason, like I didn't watch as much wrestling as like everyone else does, and I kind of like I bits and pieces here and there, but overall, I would just I mean, with like Survivor Series and all that stuff, but other than like the week to week stuff, I wasn't really on it, and I kind of didn't need to, you know. Again, NXT PLEs I messed with, and then yeah, that was about it. But now like I'm feeling like I'm getting ready to get back into the fold,
yeah.
and the road to 400 begins, and WrestleMania is gonna be nuts. I mean, everything's shaping up for 2024 for not just myself, but for the entirety of Wrestle Addict Radio. I think it's just gonna be one of those things where it's just gonna be like so much is going on, and each of our perspectives are gonna hit completely different.
Yeah.
For every single niche.
Yeah, no.
Like we haven't got all.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be fantastic just to see how everything progresses now going into 2024, especially now with, of course, Wrestle Kingdom tomorrow or today, depending on where you live in the world, because time zones. With Royal Rumble, like we're about to go into Mania season, and I think that's like the right time. Like this is where all.
Oh yeah, it's the best time of the year. So I want to confirm something real quick. You will not be in Philly for WrestleMania.
Correct.
Which is a shame because I know you're somewhere near the area. Or was originally somewhere near the
area. Originally from the area, from Jersey, yes. I mean, here's the weird thing. I'm kind of waiting for the Vegas one.
You've been mentioning that a lot, and I mean,
dude, so have I.
So am I.
I still will, and I will never. Not because it's either an 8-10-hour drive or a 2.5-hour flight to Vegas. I'm not saying that is. I repeat, I am not saying that it is. I might be. Depends on what day you catch me. But I've been wanting a Vegas Mania for years now.
You just want the gambling.
I don't even. Okay, roulette all day, every day. Yes, and give me a couple.
Of all
the games to play, roulette. Really? Of all the games,
for two reasons.
50-50.
For two reasons. One, the dealer's at my mercy. He can't do anything unless I make a bet. I love that for some reason. And B, the mathematics behind it, it's just perfect. I enjoy the math aspect of it for some reason in my head.
Fair enough.
It's like, wait, the dealer can't mess with the ball until I lay money down. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I get to play with you for a little while. Pause. But I love, roulette's blackjack's. I don't hate it, but I rather play Spanish 21. Roulette though is just fun for me, and like with my analytical mind.
Fair enough. And so I'm hoping for a Vegas Mania a little bit more now too, because you'll enjoy this as well. So my parents in their retirement frenzy decided to go to Vegas, and lo and behold, they now have a Vegas timeshare.
Amazing.
So literally I can call them and be like, hey, can I get that timeshare for WrestleMania weekend?
Flights to Vegas are so expensive though.
That's the thing. Dude, we can save on hotel and do a timeshare and just get flight to Vegas.
I mean, well, it depends. If they're gonna do it at Allegiant, it depends where the timeshare is too.
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I want to see the Allegiant because hey, Raiders. That's just
here we go.
Yeah.
The Seahawks fan in me just kind of hurt. It was just like, ugh. But
it's fine. It's fine. You guys are.
It's still love.
Okay. Yeah.
We're trad. We're mid. What do you mean we're good? We're mid 8-8 going to play Arizona and yes, we could make the playoffs.
Hey, at least you got rid of Russell Wilson. That was a good call.
No,
We're not going to talk about. I will talk about that trade because that was absolutely freaking hilarious.
Wait,
was
so
the most
have you
hilarious
heard
trade.
about that? You heard about his contract thing that happened?
Dude,
Russell
Denver.
Wilson?
Yeah. So Russell
it's
Wilson.
so messed up.
So it's the stupidest thing in the world.
It
So
is.
also Sean Payne's a dick. But Russell Wilson signed the contract, right? So he signed this major contract, and so his salary for next year is like 37 million.
39.
Something like that. But
39.
there's an injury clause saying that money is fully guaranteed as long if he gets injured, that money becomes fully guaranteed, no matter what.
$37 million.
Okay. No matter going into next year, that money's fully guaranteed no matter what. Okay. And so obviously this is a contract that both sides agreed to, by the way.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, both sides agreed to. So apparently, I guess the Broncos are in some cap trouble or whatever. So they had said, hey, Russ, can you renegotiate your contract going into next year?
No.
and mind you, that 37 million doesn't kick in until 2025.
Yeah, so as long as he's still in like the roster's not injured going into like 2024, like at the start of a new year in March of 2024 for the NFL, that money pretty much becomes fully guaranteed no matter what happens.
I'd be like, hey, can you what's the word I was looking for? Go fuck yourself. Those are the ones.
There you go.
So what happened was apparently they tried to approach this in October, and he was like, "Oh, you mean the contract that we both agreed to sign and you were okay with? Now you want to restructure?"
250.
No. And so they kept nagging him about it, like, "Hey, dude, like, if you don't do
Is that why they benched
yeah,
him?
they said if you don't renegotiate, we're gonna bench you. And I'm like, you guys are in a playoff run. What the hell are you talking about? And they benched him. Not only did they bench him, they're probably gonna cut him so that they don't have to pay him next year.
Dude,
as a person who lives in the Denver metro area, I listen to Denver sports radio quite often at work. And they have been talking about this, and they're just like, yeah, they're gonna. It's legitimate. They're gonna probably release him at the end of the year.
Well, I hope he enjoys New England.
He might be a Giant for all we know. Shit, but
I want him to go to Vegas. No. I want him to go to Vegas.
I mean, I could see
Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams and Russell Wilson.
At least it's not my division.
But Russell Wilson kind of sucks though.
Actually, you look at the stats he's compared.
He's on the back end.
He's still putting up Mahomes numbers this year. They did a side by side.
He just does it in the most goofiest of ways, man.
Broncos country, let's ride, baby.
Game,
Broncos country, let's ride.
Broncos country,
let's ride.
Broncos country, I laugh at because I'm a Seahawks fan. But seriously, like Wilson in Denver, it was just kind of one of those weird seasons. Like after the 70-20 game, everybody in the grandma was just like, yeah, Broncos were right. Yeah, don't even think about Broncos playoff run and all that stuff. Then they came out of nowhere and started winning games and whatnot. I was just like, maybe they got something going. Then they beat the Chiefs, and everybody was just like, yes. Then they were almost like ready to like take over the AFC West. And
I gotta say though, Cortland Sutton going into concussion protocol 2 weeks ago ruined my whole fantasy season. Ricky, look at list. I'm gonna read off how many players were injured in this game.
Okay.
Oh boy.
This was not 2 weeks ago, like Christmas Eve. I lost 75 to like 64.
Oh, you guys have a tight scoring system.
No, that was just how many players were injured.
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay.
So, okay.
Let's hear this.
Here it is. Look at this matchup. 75 to 63. So he had Alvin Kamara go down.
Okay.
He had Pacheco go down.
Pacheco's a money guy for me too.
He had Hawkinson go down. He had Waddle go down. And he had Reed go down.
Jesus.
Wow.
So who did you have get injured?
All in the same game. I had Cortland Sutton go down. Tony Pollard do nothing. Devontae Adams do nothing. Yeah. Taysom Hill on New Orleans do nothing. And Hopkins on Cleveland get injured.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's painful.
So, and dude,
You better have picked
if
up
I play-
Flacco. Flacco's having a resurgence.
Well, no, see, but here's the thing. So I put up 63 points, which is my lowest of the season. Then last week, where it was for third place, Lamar Jackson put up 5 touchdowns. Devontae Adams got 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Likely got 2 touchdowns. And Kyrene Williams got 2 touchdowns. I put up 187 points.
Nice.
Wow.
So I got third place. I got my money back. I got $50 for third place.
Yeah. So
I got.
do you
yeah.
play fantasy, YLP?
Oh, absolutely. I've been doing it for over a decade now.
Okay, you might be on my, just in case there's a spot open, you can be on my short list to join my league that I've been running for literally a decade as well.
How many players do we do PPR?
It is PPR versus 12 teams currently right now.
Okay.
So if someone drops, you can be on potentially the short list. We are also going into our 10th year, and so we're getting the championship is the winner gets $300 and a championship belt, which we're redoing for this year.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
for next year, since it's going to be the 10th year, we're going to get a championship belt, and I'm going to purchase a floating trophy where it's going to have the names of every winner from every past year. And so that person will also
That's
get
cool.
that as well. So it's $50 a team, $600 pot. First gets 300, second gets 200, third gets 100. And whatnot.
Okay.
So my question for you guys is I was talking about this with my high school football coach as I was over his house for Thanksgiving. And he's a giant Broncos fan, so I hear it all the freaking time. But his fantasy football league, they do an auction draft. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of it.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is bonkers.
So it pretty much
Too much.
it's pretty much you get your own salary and you have to use that whatever you have to essentially bid on every player. So pretty much your spot in the draft doesn't matter. So when your spot comes up in the draft, you put a player up for auction. And then everybody bids on it. The highest bidder wins, but you can only use money from like your bank. So let's say you get 200 to use to draft your entire team. And just like 200 is just a value number. And so you have to use that 200 to pretty much draft your team.
Pick your team.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm good.
So if you put a bid in and you don't get the player, do you get your money back?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So it
good,
becomes a mathematical strategy because you can put somebody up for bid and have somebody bid on it, but like they won't want. Like put a kicker up for bid and now someone's got a bid on the kicker.
I'll do that first. Like we're putting
Justin
some
Tucker, go.
from Atlanta up for bid first.
Yeah, that kicker's
Oh,
great.
God.
I love that guy. That guy's great.
He's okay.
Who's that? Young Way?
Yeah, Young Way, baby.
Young Way Koo?
Yeah,
Not bad.
Young Way. He helped me out a lot last year.
He did me well a couple I think a couple seasons ago. I had him as my kicker. I made him permanent. I'm just like, okay, that works.
Yeah, and so the other thing we're thinking about, because now it's gotten so big that I have pretty much a committee. So like my committee, we do like off-season meetings to figure out like rules and changes and whatnot. So the one idea that's been running around, because we do keepers, because it's a PPR keeper league.
I like keeper leagues. I wish I did a keeper league.
Keeper league.
Never done one.
Oh, it's great. So you can pretty much you essentially keep somebody from year to year. Which is
You pick one.
you pick. Oh yeah, ours is 1. We wanted to cap it at 1 because there's an option for 2, but we thought 2 was a little bit much. So you keep one person, and that person is not draftable. That stays on your team. So the idea we're having is to just eliminate keepers from the 10th season and just have it be a free for all.
Dude, that draft is going to be, like, strategy wise, that draft will be insane. If you're going from like a keeper league to having like knowing you have one player you're going to keep to now everybody's
off.
Grabs,
Yeah.
Dude, it's going to be off to the races within the first like 5 picks.
The draft is
nuts.
hard. Draft is hard already, to be completely honest with you.
Now you just have free for all, dude. Your strategy is going to have to be completely different.
Their strategy. We had divisions, but I think we're going to eliminate divisions. Because people started hating divisions. I was like, it's
I don't like divisions because
I like divisions.
one
Actually,
divisions is way better than the other.
That's what happened this year. Four out of our 5 in one division made it in.
I think.
Yeah, same with us. Guess who was in the division with the 4?
You were.
No, I think it was either. Yeah, it was 3 and 3 on mine. Like it's like we've had these like people for like I think the last like 6-7 years in our league.
Or 5 out of 6. Sorry, my fault.
Yeah, it was 3 and 3 this year. Really like good teams, and we brought in a new guy, the commissioner's brother-in-law.
Yeah,
dude almost ran the table.
Yeah, I hate newbies. We had a dude auto draft make the semifinals.
No, but yeah,
that's what I do. Dude, I was 14th pick at a 14,
Dude,
auto drafted to finish in 3rd.
Asshole.
Not gonna lie, yo. Yeah, first round of the playoffs, lost to the commissioner's wife. Not gonna lie, it hurt my heart by 4 points. I had Metcalf. I think it was. Did I have Metcalf and Lamb going in that game? I'm trying to think. It was Metcalf and Devontae Smith going into that game, and I just missed it by 4 points. I thought I had it.
Damn, dude.
I thought Seattle Philly was gonna be nuts, and then no. But come to find out, she's really good. She came into the league just out of nowhere. Because like we needed another person, and another person like they never played their players, never did a full lineup, nothing. So he was just like, screw that dude. My wife's coming in there. You can first year out, no trades, no nothing like that. Let her do her thing with what she's got, and then all of a sudden she just decided to kick our ass. She's good. Beat me 6-8, and she was 6-8. So like. Anything can happen in our league, but yeah, I mean, I think for first place it was 1,200. Second is 300. You get a trophy, and it actually goes to the person's residence for that entire year. So yes, you do have to give it back before.
Yeah, you went pretty wild. I had Brock Purdy riding the bench all season.
Oh,
did you really? Who was your starting QB?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
I ain't mad.
Dude, the 1 week on Lamar's bye week, I put in Purdy. Purdy put up his highest points of the season, put up like 36 points.
Did you win your league?
Yeah, I came in 3rd. I picked him up. I picked him up after week 1 because he was on waivers, and I was like, no way, this guy's on waivers. He put like an MVP season.
Wow. That is the dirtiest combo of QBs I could ever. If I were playing you in a league and I saw that, I'm just like, I'm done either way. Either way. Like,
but Devontae Adams was so hit or miss. Tony Pollard was hit or miss. My team was inconsistent. I started the season winning 4 in a row, dropped 3 of 4, and then won 4 in a row again.
Wow. Yeah, I think I was started 3, lost 3, and then it was just like a fight to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finished 5th in my league, 8-6. Who the heck did I have in mind? Oh my God. I forgot. I had Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott to kick off the year. I was.
Dak had a good season.
Listen,
CeeDee Lamb.
I
dropped Dak about a couple weeks. Yeah,
I started out my year with Joe Burrow and my because slow starter, which I should have known, and then I was like, all right, slow starter. At least I'm going to have Aaron Rodgers as a backup 4 plays into the season, which I wasn't even mad at because number one, I despise Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a piece of shit, and
it's the Jets.
Yeah.
Dude, I was on a plane flying home. And you know how you're landing on a plane, you get a bunch of text messages coming in. It was just my friend my huge friend who's a Jets fan, goes, I think I'm gonna kill myself. And I'm like, and then Nash is going LOL. And I was just like, oh, thank God, it's something serious.
4 plays into the game, 4 plays into the season,
dude,
like a rock.
That's sad. And everybody was hoping for the matchup. They were talking about Mahomes versus Rodgers, and Rodgers. I'm like, bruh.
Y'all are crazy.
And he's like, I'm gonna be back before the season ends. Everybody's like, are you fucking kidding me?
No.
And then the Jets got eliminated from the playoffs, and Rodgers was like, you know what?
I'm just not gonna do this.
Remember I said that? I'm lying.
Dude, I actually started Baker Mayfield. How the heck we got here, I don't know.
Yo, Baker's doing fine in Tampa.
Baker was dirty and still didn't give me enough.
Let Baker bake. Let Baker bake. And here, all right.
I had Austin Eckler, and I'm never going to draft him again after what I saw this season. It was so inconsistent.
Never trust the Chargers.
No, and I learned that I did have their kicker. The kicker was reliable. It was great.
Yeah, it's because of
Having
all they
him-
can do. Did you see what the Raiders did to the Chargers?
It was hilarious.
That was funny as hell. Dude, 21-0 at the end of the first, 42-0 at halftime, and it was 63-21. I'm like,
They almost
if I get fantasy points out of this, I'll take it.
only because Antonio
They
Pierce
almost
didn't let
should've.
them. They should have broke the NFL scoring record for a
They
single
should've.
game, but they
They
didn't.
had more than enough time.
They didn't. It was great. Also, one of the nastiest interceptions I've ever seen in NFL history.
Dude,
Did you see that one? Did you see that interception, Will?
No.
So they tried to
Dude,
throw.
yeah, we'll check that
They
out.
tried to throw a quick screen to the receiver. The cornerback jumped the route. He's actually passed the ball. He reaches back and one hands the ball and runs it in for a touchdown.
Damn.
It was dirty.
Dude, I saw that play live, and I never laughed so hard at a football game in my entire life. I'm like, I completely like. Okay, don't get mad. I completely forgot you were a Raiders fan for like 10 minutes.
It's fine.
And I'm just like, wait, isn't Ricky's laughing at this as much as I am? I know. I didn't text you about him. I'm just like, somewhere I was like, yeah, he's laughing.
It made this season worth it to beat the Chargers so piss poorly, and then it took the Chargers organization like 2 days to be like, yeah, you're fired, dude. They fired the coach and the
Dude,
GM. They're like,
if anything,
are you kidding
Los
me?
Angeles
Get
thing
out.
should be paying you like royalties for the rest of like the existence of both teams, just for the fact that Brandon Staley got fired.
It was hysterical because he obviously got asked about. They asked him like, so do you think you're gonna be? Do you think you're gonna be the coach tomorrow? And he goes,
I am confident
No,
that I will keep my job.
No, he
I'm like,
definitely said.
no.
I think he said, I don't know. He's like,
No. I think it was the post game press conference with Brandon Staley. He said, "I am confident that he's like, I think the reporter asked him like, "Are you confident that you will be having your job?" Like, yes, I am confident. I'm like, no, you are not.
It's like goodbye.
You're gonna get fired tomorrow, and it's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna laugh. LA's gonna laugh. The entire division will thank the Raiders for this wonderful feat, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, you're welcome, everybody. The Raiders do good.
If nothing, I mean, I understand there's a lot of people who hate Raiders fans. I'm not one of them. Y'all are cool in my book. AFC West love all day. But like, yeah, there's gonna be. I'm just like, you know what?
The greatest thing ever.
Thank him.
It's the greatest thing ever.
You got rid of a coach.
And we beat Mahomes on like Christmas Eve. It was fucking great.
Taylor Swift in the crowd and in the freaking suite. Oh man, that was beautiful.
Taylor Swift is going to ruin the Chiefs dynasty, and we're going to call it. It's going to be worse than the Madden curse.
We actually thought it was going to be Brittany. Who would have thought it wasn't Brittany Mahomes? How crazy is that?
It's Taylor Swift.
It's not going to be Brittany Mahomes that creates the downfall of the Chiefs.
Listen, I've never wanted a Taylor Swift album ever in my life, but if she breaks up with Travis Kelce, that is going to be the greatest album I've ever heard.
No,
Brittany Mahomes the cunt. Brittany Mahomes the cunt.
Dude, every song will just be on the top of like for freaking Spotify, like iTunes charts and whatnot.
Listen,
it's just gonna be every top 10 Taylor Swift.
She's gonna do Thriller numbers. Is what's gonna.
Oh my and that's.
She's never gonna do. She's never gonna do Thriller numbers. So
no, you will never do Thriller numbers. But like, let's just say like she's the reason that like the whole like Chiefs like kingdom just crumbles and whatnot.
So
will we be thinking Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I think and Taylor Swift.
Okay,
fine. Yeah,
and then the album's just gonna do numbers, and it's gonna be freaking hilarious.
Exactly. Yeah, the album should be called Chiefs Kingdom. the next Taylor Swift. That's what it needs to be called. I will buy that in. I will buy it in vinyl.
Buy it in vinyl. Oh,
send it to all my Chiefs fans.
Wait, isn't there someone we know that's a Chiefs fan or no?
There's a couple. I know a couple. I know.
Yeah,
Fretz is a Chiefs fan. Fret's a Chiefs fan. Yeah.
Yes. He's like, how dare you? I can feel the slander right now. It's coursing through my body.
Fretz understands. Fretz understands the rivalry.
I know, but the Taylor Swift part is the one that's gonna, really be a pain. Yeah, so I'm just saying.
It's gonna.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's gonna make for ratings. All the Swifties are gonna get like mind you, Travis Kelce has the highest like selling merch. Had the highest selling merch when Taylor Swift started going to those games.
Yeah.
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 That's like
Travis Kelce's a wreck
influencer?
too. So,
he can't catch the ball.
I mean, he can. He just him and Mahomes are cracking at the seam. It's pretty funny.
Bad frog.
Yeah, but anywho, I think it's time to get out of here. So I
Yeah,
get some
I gotta
segment
eat.
added and stuff like that. Zach, thank you for joining us.
I forgot you're on Eastern Standard Time. My fault.
Shit happens when you party naked. I knew this was going to be a long night anyways. So yeah,
Fair enough.
let's get out of here. I'm going to end the stream and we'll see you cool cats later. Bye.
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 Midnight music.